Wait, he's back. Hello, everyone. Yes, I know I'm like 2 minutes late. I apologize. I got busy. I have a guest tonight, so I'm really sorry for like keeping. I'm 2 minutes late, so I apologize. Anyway, let's get off the starting soon screen, and here we are, back in my lovely cold void. God, it is so good to just be here in utter blackness. There's snow falling. Still don't know where that's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. So yeah, I'm back for another go at Warhammer. I keep saying at the end of every single stream, I'm going to maybe play something new. I might go back to Raft or something. And every single time, I just keep playing more Warhammer. I don't know what it is. Like it's like I really like it. But you gotta admit it is kind of clunky. But there's just something about it. It might be the fact that I keep listening to Warhammer books or something, but it keeps drawing me back in. I keep wanting to play it. It's just I don't know. I have a problem apparently. Help. Anyway, I do have a guest here. He's a good friend of mine. You might recognize him if you saw my Wilder Myth playthrough. He's my buddy Alex. Let me just unmute him. Hello, Alex. Say something
Yo.
so it can be recorded for all eternity.
Yeah, I'm Alex. I'm here. I'm not a VTuber.
Yeah, no, he's not. Maybe one day you could bring glory to life, or red, or whatever the heck you're calling her these days.
I've thought about it, but probably not.
Yeah.
I would. There's so many things I would. I feel like I would have trouble getting the glory in my head
Oh
out.
yeah. Yeah. Oh god.
I would
Yeah.
always have issues, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah. Maybe not glory, because that does bring up a good point. If you were to channel even an ounce of her, you may get terminated off of whatever platform you try, because glory
There are
is just a little
VTubers
too
here
extreme.
way worse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but oh god, my Twitter. What I keep getting recommended VTubers and stuff, and I follow them because like they'll post like something that's just like either sweet or I find kind of funny and stuff. So I'll follow them
Mm-hmm.
and then like my Twitter has devolved into literally nothing but lewds. Like
Yep,
literally.
degeneracy. Yep.
Yeah, but it's literally like, I can't open it at work anymore. Literally, it's just I am afraid to like because and that's what's frustrating. I keep having these times where I'm just like on break and I'm just like, oh god, I want to tweet something, but there are people around me in the lunchroom, and I don't want them to see like a bunch of anime poopa or something. It's
Yep.
a real problem. Oh god. But yeah, no, like they're still really, really awesome. It's just making it very difficult to just be able to open Twitter just even casually to do anything.
I mean that it comes with the territory. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Anyway, we are back again with some Warhammer 40k. Alex, I know like Wind knows stuff about Warhammer, and I know Nate is like a huge, huge fan of Warhammer. Do you know much about Warhammer?
a little bit, not that much. I've never read any of the books.
Yeah,
I know a little bit.
yeah,
I've played. Uh, I think the Dawn of War 2 game. I
yeah,
liked it. That's really all I have. I know a little bit of the lore, but not much.
yeah. Oh, lore. Oh god, like there. So, well, I'll give it a minute because I need to make sure. Oh god. Oh no. Well, I mean, like, yeah. So you don't know this, Alex, probably, but every single time I open up this game, I can't. Look, it's all. Well, I can't even if I use like the Windows key or like Task Manager. I can't get out of this game unless I exit it. So if I like am curious about like the volume or want to check like my like my Streamlabs so I can look at Twitch and stuff, which I did not keep open. I minimized it right before I opened up this game, so that's gonna be uh-oh. Uh
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I can't close it. Like literally, it just will not close, and like there's no other option to like put in like a borderless window or something. I don't know. There are just some things about this game like that are kind of clunky that I'm surprised they did not fix for the HD remastering.
Yeah, I mean, it's a it's Warhammer. Any
Yeah.
kind of Warhammer game that comes out, um, it's always going to be a little clunky.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because I think aside from like the Total War games, they're pretty much, and I guess Space Marine too, but Space Marine, at least this one, they're making a sequel. Like they're usually made by like indie devs. That's the
Hmm.
main issue from what I get. Which I mean, like for like a franchise that like has like dozens and dozens of games and like 99.99 of them are like by indie devs. My god, do a lot of those indie games look amazing. Like literally they look better than some like AAA games that come out now. Like that is,
Hmm.
yeah, it's very impressive. You can definitely tell there Warhammer is a franchise that gets a lot of love from its fan base.
I I mean, there's a lot of Warhammer games I wish I like. I did play, what is it, Necromunda,
Yeah.
but it just it really just feels like a bad Doom game.
Yeah.
And while I'm interested in the lore of Necromunda, the game doesn't go into that at all. So
Okay.
it's not that great.
Yeah. I don't know too much about Necromunda. I did just get it recently through a Humble Bundle. I've been meaning to play it. But yeah, no. But I know next to nothing about the lore for Necromunda. I'm still working through the Horus Heresy. I just got done, I think, book 21, which I don't know if you know this, Alex. I know Nate
No.
does, but there are like just for the Horus Heresy alone, just at this moment, they're still coming out with more. There are like over 60 books. And I've been listening to these things for like 2 or 3 months now. Like pretty much
Jeez.
every day at work, I'm listening to these things, and I'm only on book 21.
Yeah, I cannot do that. I If I listen to a podcast too many times, I will just stop listening for months.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why I'm back so far on Critical Role. I don't even know what's going on this season.
Oh yeah, I've gotten to maybe like episode 10 or 12 of the current like run of I should probably open up the game. I apologize for anyone who's either watching right now or watching in the future. I'm getting off track, but yeah, no. I'm not looking forward to this bridge.
Yeah,
Is
sorry.
the thing. Yeah, no. No, it's
Long
my own
story.
fault. Yeah.
I long story short, I was the one who got us off on Critical
Oh
Role,
yeah.
but Necromunda is a very interesting place.
Oh yeah.
It's more or less this uh, place that the Imperium just kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
They have a darn it, I don't remember what they're called. I
Oh?
uh, One of those computers that have knowledge from way back before the fall of man. I
Uh
don't remember what those things are called. I
yeah,
think
they
a
have a
codex or something.
not codex. I don't believe that's the term. I do know what you're talking about. I think they're called like ST. Well, there are two types from what I have come to understand. There's like standard AI, which we're familiar with, which they call like
Mm-hmm.
abominable intelligence instead of artificial because they really hate AI. And then there's the I think they're called STCs, if I remember correctly.
That sounds
Standard
right.
Technological Constructs, I think is what it stands for. I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably completely wrong, but that's what I remember at least. Oh god, this I remember that. I'd go to get those snipers and then these guys kept coming. Alright, come
Oh, is
on.
your game up?
Yeah, yeah, the game's up now. It's these
I don't think you're showing it.
I'm not showing the game?
I'm
Oh,
seeing you.
I Yeah, this is okay. All right, I don't think there are any orcs. Come on, Taskmaster, don't fail me now. Okay, it looks like it actually let me. Okay, oh god, I apologize. Okay, but that is no. I didn't get to like show that I actually think I survived the bridge. I swear, I didn't play this like Oscar. I actually the bridge is I think clear. No, okay, there are still some enemies. I could still die. Oh god, like my health is so low. Oh god, but yeah, okay.
I think I saw something last time where you could like stun an orc to get your health back.
Oh yeah. Oh god, why didn't I think of that? Which button was stun? There we go. I need a full-grown orc though for that. I should have thought of that when those just two showed up. Okay, here's some. Come here. Nope, that didn't work. Come on. Come here. Ah! Oh god. I was halfway there, I think. Yeah. Oh, I'm back at the beginning.
Yeah, but
I
you know, you can do better this time.
yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm going to see if I can just take out a bunch of them right now. Alright. Yeah.
The melee weapons really seem pretty overpowered in this game.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they do when I'm in like my Spartan Rage form. I know there's a different name for it, yeah, but it's Spartan Rage from God of War.
Yeah.
Nope. How do I throw grenades? I forgot.
Q or something.
Oh, I think you're actually right. I think it is Q, but I actually think I'm doing okay. All right, where? There they are. Let me see. Yep, it's Q. Of course, they go around the grenade. Orcs are supposed to be stupid. They shouldn't be able to smartly avoid my grenades.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh god, we were talking about Critical Role. Yeah, no offense, like it's still a very good story, and I actually like a lot of their characters. But it's just that, yeah, like Critical Role, it is something like literally, like it's now been like 3 campaigns. It is now, and like there are just so many episodes, and there's so much other stuff I'm like getting interested in. It's
what,
just hard.
4 hours every week? That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Like that was something like but yeah, I remember when I was like it was still campaign 2, I saw an article someone had posted where they were talking about how like Critical Role should maybe consider how they do their platforming because like it's they basically ask their fans to commit like 4, 6, sometimes even longer to watch one of their streams. And at the time, I very much disagreed because like I was still like a huge fan in season 2.
Yeah.
Like there was but now like that like I've picked up like Distractable and like Warhammer and stuff like that, and like my interest is now becoming more like preoccupied with other stuff. I still want to watch Critical Role. It's just like, yeah, I don't really have much time is the thing.
Yeah, I I don't think that my thing is that I don't think that their style would work any other way.
Yeah,
It has to be long form because they keep a lot of role play in, which I am a big fan of.
yeah, they are like that is their bread and butter is the role playing, and like you pretty much summed it up. They really would have a hard time doing it any other way. Like, and I mean, it still is working. They're still bringing in a lot of literally right before I start streaming, they went live, and yeah, no, they are still getting really, really good numbers. I beat the bridge. I actually got to the end of the bridge. God, like this. Oh god, this feels. I thought I was going to spend like half of the stream trying to beat this freaking bridge.
Yeah, I knew you would get it one or two tries.
Okay, yeah, okay,
That
that
always
feels good.
happens. Yeah, I get to a point where I just start playing so sloppy I can't do anything, and
Yeah,
then you know, first time I come back, I'm like, that was hard.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't know. It's just a weird thing about games, I guess. You just sort of like you'd think like the more you play it, the more experience you'd get, but nah. Like taking breaks is a good way to like refresh your mind, get like but I don't know. Just more time helps you like relax and get back into things.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where's this orc? But yeah, Critical Role still good. Just like yeah, no. I just need to find time to like watch more of it or something. I don't know. But because I definitely don't want to abandon it or anything. Like I'm still like
Yeah.
huge into it, but I don't know. But yeah, no. My like I said, my interests are getting more varied. And
Hmm.
as like most people can probably tell, the thing that's got me really preoccupied at the moment is Warhammer. Like I said, I'm literally like 21 books into the Horus Heresy, and I'm literally playing one of their games right now. So, yeah, I'm starting to become a really big fan. So much, in fact, I'm literally one of my favorite things right now is a podcast I found on YouTube called The Adeptus Ridiculous. It's basically like an hour-long thing where they take a look at like all the various like parts of Warhammer, and it's really funny, like super funny. And
Hmm.
yesterday, I found out about something called the Demon Kielbasa. Now, Alex, what do you think a Demon Kielbasa is?
I mean, just guessing out of nowhere, I would assume some kind of a sausage made out of demons, but that's clearly not right.
I mean, something's getting stuffed in something. You're not like surprisingly not too far off. So, apparently, the demon Kelbasa and a, I think I should give maybe a little trigger warning for this. Like this is very disgusting. So if like people
Hmm.
like are like grossed out very easily, maybe hit mute or something for a little bit because like it's really messed up. Like it. Ugh. So the Chaos Space Marines, they are basically a group of space. So, okay, let me start a bit differently. So, Space Marines, big tough dudes. They like are basically immortal. They live for years and years and years, and they're basically bred to be the ultimate super soldiers. However, despite being immortal, their line of work tends to mean that you go through them pretty quickly. Like literally
Hmm.
thousands upon thousands of space marines can die trying to take a planet pretty much anytime they're deployed. So literally you go through space marines pretty quickly. Normally, this isn't too much of an issue because for regular space marines, they have a special sort of organ inside of them called a gene seed, which is sort of how space marines reproduce. They can't really do it the normal way, as far as I can tell, through sexual reproduction stuff. So
Yeah.
what they do is space marines, as they sort of go about their careers, they produce these like sort of like the books describe them as sort of like these like lumps of sort of like purplish blue flesh that when a space marines die is sort of surgically removed from their bodies, and that gene seed is then used to grow the organs that are necessary to implant into a new initiate into the Space Marine program. That's how they're normally made. The
Hmm.
problem is that for Chaos Space Marines, who are Space Marines that basically abandoned the Imperium and sided with the, and I died there, the Chaos Gods, they have been corrupted by the dimension known as the Warp, where most of their gene seed is no good. It can't be used to create new space marines. So they've sort of had to get creative in how they make new ones. And
Mm.
one scientist of the Chaos Space Marines came up with the Demon Kielbasa. And the Demon Kielbasa starts with. So, the Chaos Space Marines, they like to take slaves. They tend
Mm.
to use them for murder, like they just really like to kill the people they abduct, but sometimes they have a purpose. And for the Demon Kielbasa, one of the jobs you can get as a slave is basically you're hooked up to feeding tubes, and you're basically pumped full of goo, and you get pumped and pumped and pumped until you're big and fat and nice and round, and then they sort of remove the fat from your body. I'm dying again, but like I'm currently in the middle of a story, so probably going to be a good chunk of deaths here. So
So
how
like a big flesh sack.
yeah, a big flesh sack that they then remove the fat from, and by the end of it, you look like you're basically wearing like these really like baggy robes. And that's one of the jobs. The other job, which is for the females, is that they will be hooked up to where they are basically cut open and their wombs are expanded, and the Chaos Space Marines will then take young teenage boys and then shove them into the wombs of these
Ugh.
women and then sew them inside. And through chaos sorcery, the womb will then transform that young boy into a chaos space marine. However, there's a bit of a flaw with it. Mainly that chaos space marines made in this way come out without skin. So, what they then do, you remember those like slaves that were force fed and like then had the fat extracted so they looked like they had really
Mm-hmm.
baggy skin? Care to guess what they do with those guys?
I would assume a skin transplant.
Yep, they skin those slaves and then transplant the skin onto the new Chaos Space Marines. And
Mm-hmm.
that is the Demon Kielbasa. It's literally just like it's considered one of the worst things in Warhammer 40k lore, to a point where like if you try and bring it up in conversations, you will get shut down by Warhammer fans. Like it is considered
Mm-hmm.
beyond disgusting. Games Workshop having gone by way too far in doing that, and yeah, I can
Yeah.
see why it is disgusting. Yeah, like literally, they take women, cut them open, and shove people inside and use them as like
Yeah.
basically sort of like breeding factories in like the most demented way possible. It
Yeah, it's
is,
gross.
yeah, like yeah, no, it is like yeah, it's pretty messed up, and like I don't know, like it's apparently like it's never been touched upon either ever since they did that. Like Games Workshop pretty much realized that they went too far, and so
Yeah.
they have not like brought it up again since. And yeah, kind of rightfully so. Like that, like I imagine like if they like made that like something they kept referring back to, they'd probably get into a lot of trouble. Like yeah, no, there are like no one would be okay with that. But no one was
No.
okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it just was mentioned in one. Well, it wasn't mentioned. It was the focal point in a book, and yeah, which was actually written by one of the best authors that I think Games Workshop has access to, a man named Graham McNeil, who actually apparently works for the people who he's like the lead storyteller for the company that I think makes League of Legends. I think like
Oh,
even
really? It works for Riot.
yeah, he works for Riot nowadays. So like I don't know. Even heard like maybe he has something to do with like the show they made for Jinx or whatever her name is. I still really need to
Yeah,
watch
Arcane,
that. Arcane,
very
yes.
good show. Very good
Yeah.
show.
But yeah, no, the guy is very talented, and he actually wrote one of my favorite stories so far. It's called The Last Church, and it's basically a story of the emperor going to the last church on Earth before he destroys it, and sort of having a conversation with the priest that
Hmm.
runs it. It's a very interesting book. Uh, and yeah, no, it's the guy's talented, but my god, did he make one of the like probably most cringe things in Warhammer 40k by creating a book that focused solely on the demon Kelbasa.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, no, that's something I don't know. I part of me doesn't want to read the book because of how like sort of like cringe it sounds just from all that. But the other part of me kind of wants to experience it so I can like I know how bad it is firsthand. I don't know.
Hmm.
It's sort of like a weird sort of state I'm in with that.
No, I get it. It's I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I'm not the type of
Like looking at a
person.
car wreck.
Yeah, sort of. Like there's like some sort of like allure to it, I guess. Or not allure is the wrong word. Fascinating. Like there's no right word I feel for something like that. It's just sort of like I don't know. Humans have this sort of like weird compulsion to seek out like horrific things, I feel. I think that's why horror games and
Yeah,
horror movies are like so even bad ones get like such huge fan bases.
yeah. I mean, back in the day, websites that would like cater to that were massively common.
Yeah, dude, there's still sites for that. Like
Oh, of course there is.
yeah.
They
Oh,
there's just less of them now.
that actually reminds me of something that I have not thought about in years. I remember. So this is a story from my graduation. So when I graduated, I had been doing cyber schooling, and I remember when I graduated, my family was really excited because like one, it was like me graduating, like a big moment for like any sort of like family having their kid graduate. And two, my graduation was being held at the Hershey Stadium. It was basically like the big stadium and stuff. My family were really excited to go to Hershey because we lived close by, but we didn't usually go very often. So like
Hmm.
they were excited and stuff, and it was pretty cool. Like literally, like it was me and hundreds of other kids that I had no clue who they were at like the center of this stadium, and like literally like thousands of parents were just surrounding us. It was like pretty neat. But my
Hmm.
god, did I not like the people I was sitting next to, because literally it was these two kids, this girl and this boy, who were talking about like how they really didn't want to be there and how like they just like they were like literally they'd rather be doing anything else. But the thing that really annoyed me, or like actually kind of disgusted me, was that they were talking about, it was brought up how one of the girls, she wanted to become like an agent for the FBI, if I remember correctly. She wanted to go into like
Hmm.
that sort of field work. And literally, it led to a conversation where they were talking about all this horrific stuff they had seen on like those types of websites where like they'll show like people like in horrific car accidents, uh
Yeah.
getting uh like like stabbed, or what they look like after they've been eaten alive by some like vicious predator and stuff. Like literally they would not shut up about it, and like literally I was stuck there for hours listening to them as like the teachers, the valedictorian, like all of them were doing their things. They would not stop talking about all this freaking gross stuff like right next to me the entire time. Like it was
Ugh.
yeah, no, it was just freaking awful. Yeah, I really wanted to get out of there. And yeah, no, I don't know. Well, it was bad, but yeah, no. it's that's what made me aware of like those types of. I had surprisingly managed to, up until that moment, avoid learning about those types of websites. Like my mind was pure back then, and they came along and soiled it.
Oh, it was those two people. Those
Yeah.
two people.
Yeah, well, they exposed me to it, and then you guys came along and just furthered the corruption.
You're the one who murdered the children in our game hunt.
Yeah, I never would have realized that thing had yeah, I don't know. I should stop talking. Oh right, I forgot with these guys. I need to keep clicking. There we go. All right, I really need to kill that one because okay, where is this? There's a guy with a rocket launcher that keeps on killing me. Where is he? All right, nope, there we go. I really wish he'd stop moving. There we go. All right, that's one. Wait for my shields to get back up. I really do like the Melt-A-Gun. It's a shot. Like it seems way better than that last cannon they were just having me use. It literally it's like a shotgun that like instantly kills whatever's in front of me. Meanwhile, that last cannon like was very hard to aim and just killed like one thing at a time. This thing like is it feels way better. There's another one of those grenade launcher guys. Why were there was the grenade launcher guy, and then there was another one right next to him. That guy was just standing there like, hey, what you gonna do? Shoot me? What, you see this? It's a grenade launcher. I don't got any ammo. My buddy does right behind me. But, like, yeah, you don't want to mess with me. Meanwhile, he's dead. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That must have been some sort of bug or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so I seem to be doing pretty decently this run. Let's see. Melt-A-Gun. Okay, there is one drawback to the Melt-A-Gun I have noticed, in that it takes a little bit before I can fire again. Oh, God. Okay, I got it. Come on. T. Ah!
No. Makes sense. I mean, if I remember right, the Melt-A-Gun is like, I can't remember what the Melt-A-Gun is. It's not plasma. It's not Plasgun.
No. I'm not sure what it is. Like, the Melt-A-Gun surprisingly doesn't come up very often in the books. I hear it mentioned a couple times, but they don't really go into descriptions of it much. Oh, God. This is the new bridge. Alright. Come on. Just stay still. Alright, let's see about... That guy is gone. Get rid of you. And he's dead. Got rid of that. Alright, so let's see. What else is good to talk about? Oh, yeah, so... I asked a little bit, but yeah, no. Alex, you almost done Shadowbringers.
Yes. I'm nearing the end of the campaign. Right now I'm clearing up some job quests.
Yeah.
While you're doing this stream.
Yeah, like you just skipped over those up till now. Like I'm kind of surprised.
No. I did 3 of them.
Yeah.
But then it locked me out behind the MSQ, and I just never came back to it.
Fair enough. Yeah. By the way, spoilers for anyone for Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, no. I'm actually like I don't know. Like I am very annoyed with myself that like I miss so much of you playing 14. Like cuz literally I wanted to hear so many of your thoughts about it, and so like I don't know, like the fact I should have I saw you were playing it yesterday and I could have gone on, I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yeah, no. I have only myself to blame, honestly. But yeah, no. You did just
But
hit a pretty big part though in terms of the story. Yeah, no. Xenos has just shot everybody's favorite cat boy. And yeah, no. You're going to be going to probably one of my favorite looking areas in 14 pretty soon. Not going to spoil it, but it is it. It's very different from a lot of the architecture in 14. Uh,
hmm
yeah, no, I think you'll like it. But and it does drop a like it. I don't know. I Shadowbringer is and it's just such a good expansion and adds quite a bit to. Despite being set in a different universe, we do learn like a lot of like important lore in the game, which I do really like.
yeah,
But
I mean, it's basically the whole backstory of pretty much the entire world.
yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much. Kind of weird that they decide in the alternate universe to do that, but you know what? It does it. It works. It honestly does work. I really couldn't imagine them doing this in like Stormblood and have this many sort of
God,
reveals and have it be
if
as
I had to listen to Urian J
oh yeah
explain that in Old English,
yeah
I I don't think it would have clicked it for me at all. Yeah,
yeah
I would have just been like, "What? You're just spitting nonsense. I don't know what you're saying."
yeah they really have been toning down the old English in my God, do they just keep throwing orcs at that one spot?
Let's try grenades.
Yeah, I should be throwing grenades or something. Like I
They seem to spawn in once you get right across there. Just throw a couple grenades up that ridge.
yeah, I should do that. I didn't think of that. You know, I'm getting good at this section, but that one section, like, I thought it was the grenade launcher guy that was the problem, so I got rid of him pretty quickly this time. But no, it's not him. It's the fact that literally they just send like a horde of. Like, I was even in Spartan Rage, and that like nearly killed me.
Hmm.
Well, not nearly. It did kill me. And I'm gonna die here, but I only have myself to blame. I got distracted. I keep getting distracted in this game. But look, there's so like I don't know. I need to get better at multitasking. If I'm gonna get decent at this VTubing thing, I really do have to get better at multitasking. Cause you know, like you've been my friend for a while, Alex. You know my brain goes to instant pudding. Like if I have even more than one thing to focus on at a time.
Yes, yes. I mean, you'll DM for hours, but for some reason you just forget to take drinks. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually been trying to drink a bit more recently. Not alcohol for anyone who's listening, just like trying to drink more fluids.
Yeah, just water
And
or whatever.
yeah, it's mostly just because like I my dentist recommended it. What with the root canal and
You
the
really
wisdom
don't want
teeth.
dry socket, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, no. So I've been trying to drink a lot more liquids. I have a Pepsi right next to me right now. I've taken a couple sips like really quickly. Uh, and yeah, I think it is helping a little bit, like
Mm.
keeping my throat sort of liquid. That was a weird way to say hydrated, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep your fluids up. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you get me. Uh, okay, this part again, and I have literally like no help.
Yeah, I would clear out what you can,
Nope.
and then
Okay.
yep, yeah, yeah. No, that's
Yeah. Oh God.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Warhammer. They really they really hammer home that like you if you like you're not going to survive.
No,
No, no, no, no.
no. I mean, that's evident for anybody who has heard even a little bit of the lore. The
Yeah.
world in Warhammer, nothing should be alive in it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's pretty messed up the things that happen in Warhammer. But also like a lot of funny stuff happens in Warhammer. Like,
Like,
hmm?
okay.
Oh no. Like I like despite the fact that I'm really hating them right now just because I have to fight them, the orcs are probably becoming one of my favorite factions because they are so funny in the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just big, dumb British football nerds
Yeah.
who somehow got turned into something between a mushroom and a plant, depending on who you talk to. And
Yeah, like Warhammer has such like sort of a unique sort of take on like orcs and stuff. Like I'm surprised like more don't sort of like try and borrow from Warhammer, seeing how much Warhammer like stuff is stolen from 40k for other things. That like the
oh,
concept.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
look at literally any space game or any kind of space system. They're going to have something on something like a warp.
Oh yeah. Like Starfinder right now, TTRPG, like it's basically
It
Pathfinder in space. Like literally their current event, the Drift Crisis, like literally when I was describing it to you a couple weeks ago, you said, "Oh, so the warp from 40k."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the warp. I mean, my one of my favorite horror movies, Event Horizon, is just the first ship to go into the warp.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Gears of War. That literally by like I think it's actually like was admitted by the developers. Originally that was supposed to be a Warhammer 40k game that just I think like they just weren't able to they had the rights and either lost them or like they had started work before officially getting the rights and then sort of were unable to secure them after they'd already
Mm,
started. But yeah, no, I'm pretty
that
sure.
makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are beefy as hell.
Yeah. But why are they so beefy? Is that like do you know much
Steroids?
about the Okay, just steroids? Okay.
No, I don't have an answer for you, but probably steroids.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. All right, I think I got rid of the horde. Now it's just the missile launcher guys who
Yeah,
wouldn't be so
probably just space steroids if I had to guess.
yes, everyone's favorite space steroids. Where did Why am I what where did you come from? Oh god.
Oh no.
I was so close there.
I'm a few seconds behind, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh god. Uh But yeah, Warhammer 40k lore. It is like the orcs are probably one of my favorite factions, and it's mostly because the really interesting thing I find about the orcs is their this ability that they have. So basically, the orcs were in 40k lore created by a group that they call the Brainy Boys, which are basically like
Mm-hmm.
these ancient gods that were killed off by another race called the Necrons, who are basically robot Egyptians.
Yeah.
And so the Brainy Boys, they're gone now. They're no longer with us currently. How do I grab? Okay. I forgot how to grab, and I was literally just standing there trying to hit a bunch of buttons, trying to remember how to grab. But basically, the Brain Boys are no longer around, but they gave the orcs their creations this special ability where basically, if enough of them are concentrated in an area and they believe something, it is true. So, if say an orc were to believe that the color yellow were to make them bulletproof, if they had enough orcs around them, eventually it would just start as like the bullets would start to hurt them less. Like a bullet wound that would have been fatal just turns out to be like just it's impairing, but like it's not that bad. Get more orcs, eventually the wound just becomes like a bruise. Get more orcs, literally you do become bulletproof. Like that is literally how it works. Is if more orcs appear, then whatever they believe will become more and more true. And that's
Mm-hmm.
basically how their weaponry, their spaceships, their like concept of life and death works.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, they're guns. aren't guns.
Yeah, literally,
There's something to look like a gun,
yeah,
and
it's
they just think they work.
yeah, it's basically scrap metal that the orcs put together, and literally it's part of canon where anyone else who picks up the gun, it usually just does not work and will fall apart in their hands after a little bit. Like it'll stay intact for a little while, but if enough time passes, the gun will literally just fall apart in their hands and just turn into like meaningless scrap. Their
Mm-hmm.
cars, which they would drive around in, which are basically like giant doom buggies, literally like Imperial soldiers will hop in them, like and try and drive them to get away from like orc hordes and stuff, and they'll find there is no gas, there's no pedals, there's literally not even a wheel. How the heck were the orcs driving this?
They thought it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And like there's also like literally they can even defy like life and death if they like believe something. Like literally you could decapitate an orc and then one of their doctors who they call pain boys can just take the head, attach it to a new body, and that orc will come back to life. Like literally, you can decapitate them. They will literally be dead, and just
Mm-hmm.
like some doctors, just like, oh, quick, get like this body look, their necks look about the same size. Just clap, and yeah, they're alive. Like literally, orcs make no sense, and they like I love them for it. They are so cool. Yeah, not to say the other legions aren't cool in their own right. It's just I don't know the like the orcs are just like they just like you can tell like they just are like a love child of Games Workshop fans.
Mm-hmm.
Just literally like the orcs are beloved by all.
I mean, back in the day, I don't know if they still do it. You could just, put some garbage together and say, "Oh yeah, it's an orc tank." And they'd be
Oh,
like, "Yeah, it's cool for
that
tournaments. Go ahead."
that reminds me of a story that was told on Adeptus Ridiculous, and I even mentioned in my last stream. So yeah, basically, there's a story. I believe it is canon that there was an outpost that a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen were holding from an orc wog, which is basically a gigantic sort of war band that goes planet to planet and just consumes everything in its wake. And
Mm-hmm.
so these Imperial Guardsmen were just fending that off, and they were fending it off, but the orcs just keep on coming. They will, like, literally, there's no end in sight. And so eventually, the Imperials run out of ammunition. They don't have anything left. And so their commander is just like panicking, trying to think of like what to do. And eventually he hatches an idea. He points his gun at one of the orcs in the horde and just yells out, "Bang!" And the orc falls over dead. And so all of his sort of like the soldiers under his command look at him with awe and they just start going bang, 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 bang. And eventually they mow down like all of the orcs in the log, except for this group of like six. These like three orcs, two on like the left, or three on the left side, three on the right side, and they're carrying this one. I literally stopped and like I was so like invested in the story. I stopped and like and preacher started attacking me, and they just kept getting closer, and like the Imperials they just kept trying to like do the same thing they were doing, just yelling at these guards, just going bang, 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 but the orcs wouldn't fall down anymore. Like they could not figure out why, and eventually they started hearing this chanting in the distance, but they couldn't make it out until they got closer, and all they kept hearing as the orcs got closer was, "I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank." Yeah, literally just believed that they were tanks, so that they no longer believed that the guns could kill them. So like they were allowed to get closer, and it's just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, hey, some Gretchens. But yeah, no, orcs. They're literally like they have like very interesting lore too. Like the like it's not even like the funny bit. Like they actually have some legit like good lore. So I mentioned how they were originally created by a race that they refer to as the Brainy Boys.
Right.
Yeah. Well, technically, the orcs weren't the creation of the Brainy Boys. The Brainy Boys created an race called the Quarks. The Quarks were basically bred to be the ultimate soldiers. They were implanted with basically the knowledge, all the knowledge they'd need to become like just become an instant army. They were created as a fungus so the Brainy Boys could spread it on a planet and within just like a few days like they'd literally have a well-trained army that could create their own armor which apparently from what the lore says is better than like space marine armor. So what this guy is wearing right now is basically nothing to compare to what the
Mm-hmm.
Quarks could create. And like literally, the Quarks would just go into segments of the galaxy and would devastate like everything in their path. Like there was almost nothing that could stop them. And however, eventually their leaders died. Like they were defeated, and the Quarks were left on their own without leadership, without anyone to direct them. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually they began to infight. And as they began infighting, the Quarks, they had pre built knowledge into them, but they only had so much. And a lot of their best tech was provided to them by the Brainy Boys. Like they could
Mm-hmm.
create some impressive stuff on their own, but most like the Brainy Boys were like the true sort of like brains behind the operation. Like that's why they called them the Brainy Boys. And so eventually the Quarks just sort of fell upon themselves because they were literally built with a desire for warfare the same way we desire like food and water. Orcs
Mm-hmm.
will literally die if they are not like they don't fight. Like literally, if you just force them to sit still and do nothing, you'll kill them within like a matter of like a couple days. They need to fight. And so literally these orcs would just start fighting themselves to the point where like they just kept killing themselves and over time they start to go through all the weaponry and like knowledge that they had been bestowed by the Brainy Boys to the point where there were no more corks that remembered like how to do the things that the Brainy Boys had taught them. They still
Mm-hmm.
could like they could build like guns and stuff, but most of it was powered by prayer and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so like yeah, they would and eventually like it wasn't only that, but because of like all their fighting and stuff and like the weaponry they would use against each other like nuclear weapons, atomic, like all the weapons the Brainy Boys had used against them, they also began to sort of like mutate a little bit and not for the better. They began to
Mm-hmm.
become smaller, dumber, like a lot less able to coordinate as they once had been able to. And literally, they just kept evolving until they became the orcs. The Quarks just sort of like ceased to exist and were replaced by these like just stupid barbarians that admittedly are extremely powerful and if they could band together they oh I'm supposed to get out of here. I did not see the door was open. Okay, all right, so that was my bad. I just barely survived. Oh god. But yeah, no, the cork like the orcs are like extremely powerful and if they want to they could literally conquer the galaxy. The problem is they no longer have the guidance they once did and they're only a fraction of the power or how powerful they once were. Like literally I just said the orcs could conquer the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what the corks could do if they were around and could have banded together. Like they like forget the galaxy. They could have
Could.
conquered the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they just weren't built for that sort of thing. They were built to fight, and once the Brainy Boys were gone, they had sort of like nothing else to do. They were just like, what do? We have no orders, and so they fell upon themselves. And It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of tragic a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, literally, they were just built to be weapons, and literally, like, they probably did a lot of atrocious stuff, but to sort of, like, have them, like, be sort of, like, not abandoned, but, like, outlive their creators and sort of, like, just evolve into this, it's kind of sad.
I don't know. Orcs are great.
I agree, they're great, but, like, it's still a little sad.
Oh no, I was saying they're not great. I
Yeah.
mean, they are monsters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. The orcs will
Granted,
literally torture you for fun.
I do not think that there were, anything that really good in the 40k universe, but
Oh, yeah. The closest
yeah.
that comes to good in 40k, from what I've seen, is a race called the Tau, and they're
Mm-hmm.
basically considered by the fans as anime weeb fodder. And even then, the Tau are sort of like they sort of are a cult. They want so the Tau basically believe in the greater good. They band
Yeah.
together and seek to do the utmost good by like uniting the galaxy under them. The problem is that the way they tend to induct people that might not be willing, rather than use words, they basically mind control you, either through drugs or psionics or what have you. They'll basically
Mm-hmm.
sort of like, if you do not like agree to become part of the greater good, then they will force you to become part of the greater good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the greater good. It's the best. Yeah.
Yeah. And those are the closest pretty much to good guys. Yeah. But yeah, no. Like, I don't know. I kind of like think the Tau are kind of interesting. I hear they're trash in the war game, but I don't know. They kind of look cool. And yeah, they are pretty
Mm-hmm.
much built like sort of like inspired by sort of like Japanese sort of like anime, sort of like Gundam type stuff. Like they are basically sort of like these long range sort of snipers who also use like these like mechs that look like really, really cool. Unfortunately, because they're based off Japanese society, unfortunately, some stereotypes about the Japanese people have become stereotypes about the Tao, in particular about their women. So, yeah, no, I would not recommend anyone delve too deep into the Tao. Otherwise, you might find some stuff you maybe wish you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. They are like pretty much the closest thing to good guys. They do seem pretty interesting. It's unfortunate they're kind of considered trash, but I don't know. Like I'm kind of getting into painting stuff now, so maybe if I save up some money, I might consider getting maybe some Tau minis to paint.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But literally, I just bought that fire giant statue because like it was on like I found it on a Facebook ad for this like it was like I think like $10. I think like you normally can buy it for like 20 or 15 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it off Facebook and I got delivered and I decided to paint it just for some fun because first campaign was Storm King's Thunder, so I have a soft spot for like the giants and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. And then I also had the fun idea, hey, in like D&D lore, like giants and dragons are like mortal enemies. What if I also like check out the dollar store and see if like they have any like cheap like dragon toys that I could maybe repaint? So I did that. I got like one that kind of looked like a red dragon, so I painted it to look like a red dragon. I painted the fire giant, and I think it actually turned out kind of decent. But there is something weirdly soothing about just sitting down and like painting these tiny little statues.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like it's just sort of like I it's weird. Like I can't explain it. Like I'm literally it's just me like with a bunch of paints like trying to think like okay which colors would look good here, like having to be like very careful making sure I don't like
Yeah.
mess up and stuff. Like there's a lot of sort of like carefulness you have to do with it, but it's still like oddly relaxing. I don't know. Yeah, no. I think maybe I might start doing. Like, I definitely want to paint the blue Dracolich mini that came with the Castle Ravenloft board game I bought. Like that thing just looks
Hmm.
really cool, and I don't know. Blue dragons are kind of like my one of my favorite types of dragons, mainly because they're blue. Blue is, if you can't tell anyone who watches this, blue is my favorite color. It has always been my favorite color. It will always be my favorite color. I love blue. I really do. Uh, yeah, no. Oh god, that. Okay, all right, okay, all right. That's new. I just got shot by a turret. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be friendly. I did not even expect that. I wasn't
Maybe.
paying attention. Maybe they mentioned something, but yeah, no, that was literally just that. Oh god, I walked straight into that. All right. Oh god, there are more of them. Oh, why are they firing at me? There's Did the orcs somehow manage to hack them? I mean, like, I guess if they
Maybe.
believe it, like, they could, and like, there are some smart ones, but oh, goody, one has a. Oh God, they. Okay, that's something I'm definitely gonna have to look out for. The rockets that those things fire stun you,
Oh,
so that
jeez.
could be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally, I got stuck in like a bit of a trouble spot. That thing was just firing at me, and my gun needed to be reloaded, and I couldn't reload in time. But it looks like it can only fire 3 of those before like I it needs to reload itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Where are more of these things? The rest of them are firing. Where are? There they are. Oh god, not again. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky. At least they stay still. That's good. Where are you? There you are. Oh god, I fired at you to make try and okay. I fired at that one to see if like it was just a prop or not when I first came in, and nope. Okay.
Hmm. Maybe you can only hurt them when they're active.
Yeah, that
I don't
must
know.
be it. What? Let me check with my sniper rifle. Yeah, it must be a distance thing. Maybe I can like nope. Okay, it has to be head on, I
Whew.
guess. Oh, I don't even think my sniper rifle's hitting that one. So it has to be
Oh, that's
maybe with the
weird.
yeah. Maybe it has something to do with their hitbox. Wait, where did it go? I don't see. Oh, okay, that's weird. Maybe one of my allies killed it. I don't know. Yeah, I will say I have noticed like over time, my allies, despite there being 3 of them, they generally don't wind up killing too many of the enemies. Like they maybe kill 1 or 2 a fight, meanwhile I'm left with like the other 100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're let's just say they're not exactly pulling their weight, despite the fact that literally it's a team of 3 Ultramarines and an Inquisitor.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it does not feel that way whenever I played that game before.
Yeah. Which I mean like yeah, I get it is supposed to be like I understand it is supposed to be somewhat of a hard sort of experience because literally Warhammer is sort of a very brutal sort of setting. But it is sort of, yeah, kind of a little ridiculous that a team of 3 Ultramarines who literally are usually described as like the best of the best and could literally for uh like take over a planet just with a single one of them. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm having trouble like just with turrets. There we go. It also
Yeah,
looked like
it
there
does
was
seem
a
strange.
yeah, a little bit. Which I mean, I get it. Like it's a game. It's kind of an old game. Like AI wasn't exactly the most advanced back then, but it is sort of it does take you out of the fantasy, I guess, a little bit. Why are the doors locked? Oh, maybe I have to open this one, I guess. There we go. Okay, doing decently. I haven't died in like 5 minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are those? Oh, that's not a. Oh no, they're mobile now. They put them on conveyor belts that just
Yep.
go back and forth, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then. That's new. A little. Okay, I mean, sure, why not? Did they have to make it look kind of stupid looking, though? Literally, it's just going back and forth shooting at me. It... Alright,
I mean,
wait a
yeah, why not?
Yeah. Alright, waiting a sec. Oh, that did nothing. There we go. I'm slowly running out of ammo. I really hope they give me some. Oh, wait, is this ammo? Yes, it is. Okay, nice. It's not much, though. Oh, another one, of course. Okay, there's another one taken out. Alrighty. Let's see. What was I talking about before I learned that they decided to become mobile? Oh, hey. Audio
I'm
log.
not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Oh, right, the audio logs. I have not been listening to those very often. I was maybe at the end of this stream I might play a couple of them. I don't know. They just don't seem as interesting as audio logs in video games tend to be. If I'm being honest, from the ones I've listened to.
I mean, what year was this?
Uh, 2011, I think.
God. This game is 11 years old.
Yeah,
I'd be lying if I said it feels that way. If I said it didn't feel that way.
yeah. I mean, it's still a pretty fun game. Like, if I'm being honest, but it's got some clunkiness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad game at all.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no.
just saying
Like
it hasn't aged
yeah.
fantastically.
Yeah. Yeah. If anyone does watch this and like has issue, like that is not a problem. Literally some of the greatest games of all time have had like literally entire segments that have not aged well. Like BioShock, I love that game, I really do. But there are sections where it does get pretty clunky. Like when you get turned into a big daddy, like literally I loathe that part. Like it was just oh god, it was so bad. Or the water levels and Zelda games. Like literally I don't think I've ever heard a good thing about a single
Yeah.
water level in a Legend of Zelda game until Breath of the Wild.
And you don't even go underwater.
Oh god, why did I waste it there? Well, I mean, I guess I needed the health, but yeah, no, I wish I had it. I accidentally hit T and just wasted my Spartan Rage, and there's no way I can turn it off and conserve. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, yeah, that was my own fault. But yeah, no, like literally some of the greatest games of all time can have just parts that literally you loathe. So like this game, it is good, but like it does have flaws, and it's only fair to point out some of those.
I would say I don't think that audio logs really needed to be in this game.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't like feel all that necessary, if I'm being honest.
That's part of the reason why I'm saying it hasn't aged poorly, or hasn't aged well, because it really feels like that's oh, we're just we're making a single player linear game. Gotta put
Yeah.
in audio logs.
Yeah, like BioShock came out a couple years before this, so maybe that could have played a part in it. But yeah, no, like with BioShock, like a lot of the story is told through those like audio logs and stuff. So it makes sense. But with the Warhammer games, like I don't know, the Kraken bolter. Okay. Okay, so I got a new
Uh,
bolter. Nice.
Little thing, just because I don't remember, I don't know if you have. Have you met the? You haven't met the like tech priest yet, have you?
Tech priest. I don't believe
No,
so,
no,
no.
no, no, no. You haven't.
Yeah.
Never mind. I would know if you had.
Yeah, no. It says I'm in chapter 10. Like it says there are like 16 chapters, so it sounds like I'm a good ways through.
I
But
think you're getting pretty close to it. You know, this actually looks like the place where you would meet
yeah.
him.
Oh yeah, this definitely does scream like Mechanicus or
Yeah, I
Mechanicum.
think you're about to go upstairs and go meet him, if I remember right.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, until then, yeah, no, like, what, like Warhammer games, like, I don't know. I feel like there could be a very good, like, story-heavy Warhammer game, which is kind of what I'm hoping for the upcoming Warhammer game, which is being created by, oh god, I'm Owlcat, I believe is what they're called. Uh, yeah,
Owlcat.
they're the ones who
I
made the Pathfinder, sort of like isometric RPGs, Wrath of the Righteous and
mm,
Kingmaker. I really do like Kingmaker, not so much because I didn't like the timed objectives in that game. And for anyone that gets to know me, I really like taking my time and exploring as much as possible. So giving me a time limit is a surefire way to get me to put down your game. But Wrath of the Righteous, I really liked. Like that game was a lot of fun. And from what I've read of the campaign so far, I've taken a look at like the first part and parts of the second one. It does seem to pretty faithfully recreate and update the campaign into sort of like a video game, which is pretty neat. Uh, I don't know. I kind of like that, and I don't know. It's kind of interesting, though. It does sort of like, and I'm going to die. No, wait, I did
oh,
manage to survive. Never mind.
yep,
I don't
you
know. Like,
just barely survived that.
yeah. Was oh right. So I both like and maybe a little bit dislike the turning a D&D campaign into a video game. I'd say like 90% I really like it, but there is like one tiny issue I do have with it in the fact that it's sort of maybe for people who play the video game and maybe become players in someone who's running that could lead to sort of expectations that might not be
Mm-hmm.
met with the end product. Because both
Yeah.
Wrath of the Righteous is kind of an older campaign. I think it came out about 10 years ago. But it's also the fact that for the video game, they modified both the story, the gameplay, all of that, so it could be played by it's not a multiplayer game,
Yeah.
it is a single player game, so your character is the focus of the story, but that won't be the case if you were to run the tabletop version. You're going to have to share the spotlight with a group of players, and I could see that maybe causing an issue for some people. But I know, well,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, I know. Oh, I did not mean to throw the grenade there. Really glad that does not just destroy things I want to pick up. I definitely know some people that that would be a real issue with from experience being a DM. There are some
Yeah,
people,
yeah, we know a certain person.
yeah,
Knew a certain person.
yeah, new and
Actually, a certain person's.
yeah,
We knew
oh yeah,
multiple. We knew
yeah.
multiple.
We've had a handful, but I feel like anyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons or any other tabletop RPG, like even like for more than a session, has probably experienced like a person like that. If you haven't, then no offense, you probably are that person.
Oh, I know. I mean, I know I'm kind of an attention hog whenever it comes to D&D. But
To be
I
fair
mean,
though to you, we like, and this is no way and like me like ribbing or like trying to insult like the other players, like they are a lot
yeah,
more
I
sort of,
know.
yeah, they prefer to stay silent, like all of them. They do, like, you are like, aside from Tiki, who is trying to stay silent with this character, like she, like, but aside from her, like most of them, like they aren't like big on the whole talking part. Like a lot of them are like they are more like interested in like the combat and stuff like that. Like, yeah,
Yeah, we don't. We are at a want for face characters.
yeah, a little bit. yeah, no, I'm not trying like if anyone from my D&D games listens to this, I'm not like if I worded that poorly, I apologize. Like it's just something. Yeah, like I totally get it. Like I I don't know. Like
People want to play the game how they want to play the game. I mean,
yeah.
it's just how it is.
Yeah. And I know
That's
I
not digging on people.
yeah,
Just because they don't want to be included in every single role play conversation.
yeah.
It's
And
just how it is.
yeah, and I'm going to be the first to admit that I am a little bit of an attention hog when it comes to my characters. I think I did actually go a little bit overboard when it comes to my
Yes.
latest one with Pain, and I apologize for that,
Oh,
Alex.
pain? No,
Yeah.
no, no. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the guy on the screen right now.
Oh, me. Yeah.
Deimos.
A little bit. I may have gone a little bit overboard with
It got to the point where the moment you showed up, I just jumped out a window.
To be fair, that was my intention with Deimos when I introduced him into my campaign from the start was for you to hate him.
You succeeded.
Yeah, I succeeded very well, I'd say.
Oh
Yeah,
God, you are not doing good.
yeah, no, it's these freaking rocket ones. I really hate that stun they do. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that really seems. Do you have like a dodge or something?
I I think so. I'm trying to remember which button. Okay, it's spacebar. I do. I this is a thing in all video games, Alex. I very rarely use the dodge roll. Whenever it's provided, I almost never use it.
I am almost certain you need to use it for those rocket turrets. There is no way you get hit by one. You're just locked.
Oh yeah, no, there are probably a lot of places I'm supposed to be using that dodge roll that would have made fights supremely easier. I just don't. All right, Supreme Fury. You now gain Fury at an increase. Okay, nice. So I can get Fury faster. That's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ammo.
I could have
Vengeance.
sworn there was like a great sword,
Oh yeah,
chain sword, but I guess
yeah,
not.
yeah. So far I've only found regular chain swords and the power axe, which I honestly don't really see much difference with.
I think the axe does more damage, but it's a little bit slower.
Okay, but yeah, that makes sense.
Think.
Yeah.
I think there's also a hammer you can get, but that might be a temporary thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Or it might be a multiplayer only thing. I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah. I the multiplayer from what I've seen is probably where a lot of people really like to this day still really like this game. But
I know that a bunch of people really like the multiplayer. I never played it, but
I don't really intend to. I'm not really into multiplayer games, if I'm being honest.
Says the person playing Final Fantasy XIV as a solo experience.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like that was my own fault for trying to attack Squig with melee. I don't know what I was expecting there. Literally, that was not going to work. What was I thinking there? Did I lose the Supreme or yes it okay, yeah. I really hope I don't forget to pick that up if I die again. Alright,
I'll try and make sure you don't.
yeah. But yeah,
Granted,
no, like
I don't think you'll die again. You got this.
Yeah. I think I should be okay. But yeah, no. For people like aside from like my like close group of friends, I'm not exactly I have trouble being sort of like okay, here's the weird thing. I'm not I'm not terrible with being social and stuff. It's just sort of like I sort of lack a desire to be social. Like if I am in a conversation, I can have no trouble sort of like keeping up with it if like I want to. Like if I have no desire, then I literally will just clam up and not say a single freaking thing. Like it but and like that also like is a thing with people too, and like I always think this makes me sound like such a prick, but if I have no desire to talk to you, then just will not talk to you. But that always makes me sound like such a prick too. But
No, I
literally,
get
like,
it. I get it. I would rather, just not force myself to talk to people if I
yeah,
don't feel like it. I get it.
yeah, and I don't know, but I want to like talk to, but I want to talk to people more. I want to be able to like interact with people more, like make some more friends and stuff. But
Mm.
literally, like every single time I think about doing that, I just like for whatever I just don't. Like literally, there are tons and tons of people on like Twitter and stuff that are asking to like do collabs and stuff that I keep wanting to send like messages and say like, "Hey, I might be interested. Like, yeah, like maybe we could do something." And like, I don't know if it's like nervousness or just like
Yeah,
laziness or something. Like, I
sounds
just
like
like,
nervousness and
yeah,
anxiety.
I think so. Yeah, but yeah, no, I do really want to get better at that. And it's like I don't know. It's really weird. Like, and it was something that, like I first noticed when me and David went to PAX together for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
David, you like he's very antisocial. Like literally,
Yeah,
if he could just
he's a
stay,
hermit.
yeah,
He's
he
a
is
hermit.
he is a
No.
self-proclaimed hermit. If he could stay in a single room for the rest of his life and not have to interact with anyone, he gladly would do so by his own admission. But weirdly enough, despite the fact that like I am like the more like able to, I'm the more like talkative one of like the two of us and stuff, and like uh had the larger like friend group at the time and stuff. Like I literally like hardly said a freaking thing to anyone else except for him that entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, he was striking up conversations like left and right. It seemed like it was like literally like it really did make me notice like wow, I seem to have a problem. Literally I cannot have conversations with people. It seems like I literally am surrounded by people who share probably like a lot of the same interests as me, and I just will not say a freaking word to them for some like stupid reason.
Who's here in the stream?
I don't know. I can't exit the game to look. Hello.
Hello, Nate.
Hey
So
Nate.
you guys are Hunter, you're streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming, but it's alright if you wanna chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we
He's
were
playing
just
some Warhammer,
yeah. I
Space
actually think
Marine.
you might be here. Yeah.
I will pop into the stream then.
All
I
right,
will probably keep it muted though, but just because I
fair
want to
enough.
hear two of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
literally
yeah.
no other reason.
I have it muted as well. I'm just, occasionally glancing over at it while I'm playing some 14 right now,
Oh yeah,
finishing up some Shadowbringers stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
finance.
I'm pretty sure you were about to meet the tech priest guy I mentioned before.
I think so too. Oh
I
hey,
think you're
orcs.
very close to him.
Yeah.
I. Oh god.
You okay?
Are
No,
you okay?
I was on Reddit and
Well, ah.
this, I was on the D&D Reddit.
Okay.
What actually applies to you guys. So everyone's up in arms about this not being able to roll 20s on like the 20 thing.
Okay.
Well,
Do people not read?
specifically, it's for abilities, is what they're saying.
It's literally in the thing.
Like it would.
It's
So
in there.
it should proc off of all this stuff that people
Yes.
are saying it shouldn't. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
It's literally in the text. The first thing they mentioned is ability checks, which is all like skill saves.
Yeah. For
Those
people
are
who don't
ability checks.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Dungeons and Dragons is sort of going through a transitionary period right now. They just released some playtests and have been putting out some announcements of where they're planning on taking the game in the future. And some people have some opinions. Excuse me. I don't mind the rule changes personally. I just sort of wish they would come all at once in a new edition rather than what they're doing as slowly changing the rules over time.
I mean they need to know what
Yeah.
people will like. They
I
need
get
to
it.
playtest it.
I get it. I do understand. If anything, fourth edition proved that like something like going to a completely new edition and trying like new things all at once can be extremely harmful to the brand. But I don't know. I think it's the fact that like I like to collect the books. I like using the books as personal references when I can and stuff. I like to
Yeah.
physically have them. And the fact that I like the game is at a point right now where I am watching books slowly become more and more irrelevant over time is a little annoying. Like literally, I just but it. I think a good example is this. The monster, not the well. I mean, the monster manual is still somewhat useful, but the Sword
Monsters in
Coast,
the multiverse, Mordenkainen's Monsters in the Multiverse or something.
Mordenkainen's Monster of the Multiverse, the Storm Coast Adventures Guide, like the
The
Storm
the
Coast
Storm
Adventure Guide.
Coast guide was always terrible. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm
let's just be honest about that.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. But it's just sort of like watching books that I've purchased slowly either have the contents be just ported to a different book or just made completely and utterly irrelevant after I've paid like a good chunk of money for them is and yet still be in the same edition of the rule set is a little annoying. But
Yeah, they should make them variants rather than. Oh yeah, this is just the updated, town wizard.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the only thing that's actually changing with the D20 thing is that where they're bunching all of the checks together into a single thing, basically, and calling it D20 test. So if you roll a D20, it's a D20 test, basically. That's what they're saying. Ever roll a D20, you're good. Everything
Who
that
is this
applies to that
guy?
applies to everything.
Some kind of chaos space marine. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks, aside from the like wires covering his head, he looks awesome.
What's your Twitch thing called? I don't have you. I don't have
Hey,
you
what's
played.
going on here?
I can shoot you a link.
Oh.
It's his is Deimos Wind, one word.
Yeah.
But here we go. There's Nate.
Wait, our Inquisitor buddy is Oh, he is. What a douche! Wait, an Inquisitor just betrayed the Imperium? What? Wait, what's going on? What the? Okay, I.
He was
Is.
dead the whole time.
Oh, was that it? Okay.
He was possessed. Yeah.
Oh, or okay, that explains a bit more. Because I honestly could not see an Inquisitor betraying the Imperium. Okay.
It's not as unlikely as you would think.
Really? But granted, I'm still stuck in the Horus Heresy. I just finished the Sanguinius's like part in it where basically it's covering like how he was betrayed by Horus and like his like yeah, that book. I think it's like the 21st in the series. So I'm still in like the prequel territory, so I don't even know much about like the main line. But everything I've read about the Inquisitors, they seem like literally like die-hard loyalists and stuff.
Well, that's actually the reason why Inquisitors can't technically betray the Imperium. Is sometimes they do things that, at face value, would seem very stupid, and also sometimes they just do things that entirely just are like, you realize that you're literally going to murder the Imperium by doing this, right? And
Yeah.
you're like, but it will save everyone.
Hmm.
For instance, the Octorius War. That's an interesting thing to look up.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
Hey,
interesting things to look up, Nate, I learned today what the demon Kelbasa was, and I told Alex about it.
yeah, not interesting to look up.
Yeah, no.
That should maybe they should forget about that one, huh?
Yeah. Anything
that
to
should be
add on
left
the
on the
topic,
cutting-
Nate?
Maybe that should be left on the cutting room floor along with what was it, D&D's Black Book.
Oh yeah, the book of
Granted, I'm pretty sure that one it wasn't official.
yeah. No, if I remember correctly, and this is another thing for those who aren't aware, in one of the older editions, I think it was third, a book was released, a third-party book called the Book of Erotic Fantasy, I think is what it was called.
It was something other than that. No,
No?
I'm pretty sure it was something other than that.
Okay, but it was along sort of like a similar line to that, I think, in terms of title. But basically, it was a book
I'm
about.
sorry, you were right.
Oh, I was right. Okay. So yeah, there was a book that was released third party. It's basically a book on how to add things like sex, like uh, BDSM, just like a lot of erotic elements to D&D. And it's sort of gained this notoriety for somewhat good reason over time. I've actually perused the book, and it's kind of tame from what I've seen from today's standards, but it is sort of like a good example of just people needlessly adding like sex to something that really, like, if it's going to be there, I don't really think people really need rules in order to act it out.
No, I agree. I think that should be up to your character to decide.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder. I think that should be left up to the players, but I still don't like that D&D is removing alignment suggestions. Huh.
Are they back to remove? That is
Didn't they do that a long time ago? I thought that happened a long
okay.
time
So
ago.
maybe it's a little outdated. So from what I remember, the way it is right now is Wizards was thinking of getting rid of the alignments, but they decided after getting feedback after releasing a few products where they did not include them to then uh, reverse the decision and include them again, except now I believe they, like, instead of just putting like lawful evil, lawful good, stuff like that, they'll write like typically or likely or stuff like that.
They always had that.
Yeah.
They were always typically lean towards this.
Yeah.
I mean, creature races, or like stat blocks. Sure, they'll just be like, oh yeah, this thing's evil and whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure for all character races, it was always like typically tieflings tend toward evil or something like that.
Yeah. Well, that was more for like the player side. This is now for like monsters and stuff. Like
monsters, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Monsters should have a defined thing.
Yeah.
Just because, like,
I don't know. I agree
if it's a sentient monster, I could understand.
Yes, that is like my main thing. Yeah. If it's sentient, then I agree there should be some wiggle room, except for in some cases where literally everything about the creature's lore, like devils and stuff or demons, like they should like almost pretty much always. Oh god, like actually, okay, so that just proves. This is the annoying thing. Whenever I try and make arguments, is that literally I'll try and argue that things should be kept like one way, and then literally something will pop into my mind that I really like that disproves it. Actually, agrees with the decisions like either Wizards or someone else makes. Because I literally did just think of one of my favorite characters in the Wrath of the Righteous Pathfinder computer game is literally a demon who her entire goal when you recruit her is to try and redeem herself. Like her story is she was a succubus who was basically a typical succubus who invaded the dreams of a dying priestess of I'm trying to remember, but basically the goddess of like dreams. And when she was in there and like it was just like, oh god, what is this? Like, what is this? Like these feelings that this person is having, like, and like what is going on? And like as she was experiencing those, and the priestess she was like looking through the memories of was dying, she was sort of like visited briefly by the priestess's goddess, who sort of like encouraged her that like, yeah, you're a demoness, but like you're getting like these stirrings from like watching my followers like memories, and like she's coming to join me, and if you were to change your ways and trying to be better, like you could come, like you could be a force for good and come like join me in the afterlife as well, maybe one day. And she sort of like took that to heart and actually like became a devout follower of this goddess, and literally her entire storyline, like, and you get to choose whether like she eventually finds like redemption, or you convince her to instead embrace her evil ways and go back to just being a succubus. It's pretty interesting. I really like her. And yeah, it does sort of like agree with like the thing that like there should always be sort of like a chance for or creatures to sort of break out of their typical molds. It's just that I don't know, like there, unless it's, I don't know. I just feel like that should be up to like, if there is a story or a desire, it should be. It shouldn't be like sort of something that like wizards or anyone should just sort of like in not inflict. That's a bad word, but just sort of like expect people to applaud them for. I don't know. I feel like that should be up to the players to make the decision if a creature should be able to be redeemed or turn down evil or do any variety of things. I don't like the idea of wizards like trying to be the person to decide that for people. Yeah.
I also would have to say is like, unless the race is setting specific, right? Or in this case, like creatures like setting specific. Like, how many races in D&D do not function in the sense that like in Faerun they are usually typically evil, but then in almost everything else they're typically good. Like,
oh yeah,
there are a few races that are like that, like dark elves. Like,
oh yeah,
in Faerun they're typically evil, right? Like, that's like they murder people. They do that. They probably eat people too, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
pretty sure.
But like almost every other setting, they're like, yeah, I'm just a normal dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have a farm. They go there.
Oh yeah, just check it, Hunter. You do know you can like execute them when they're stunned.
I am trying. I can't remember the button.
Some people said E. I
E?
don't know if it is.
Okay.
Yeah, try
Wait,
E.
people in like chat or something? Because
no.
I. Okay.
No, it's online.
Okay, because I have literally.
I'm pretty sure it's just us in chat. So.
I've been. Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. I've just been literally this entire time been trying to figure out what button it was. I've been hitting every single
that's a part of the reason why you're so low on health all the time.
Yeah.
That heals you.
Yeah. Okay, I can't get up to that.
With the mouse and keyboard.
I know. I can't get it to recognize my controller.
Oh no, I hope you're not having the same troubles that I'm having. Well, that I used to have, where Xbox controls were just terrible.
It's not an Xbox controller. It's like a controller built specifically for PC. I tested it. I did not mean to throw that grenade. I just misclicked. Sorry. I tested it with some other games. It's working fine. And I even tried downloading this game, and I played it a little bit on my laptop. But literally, for some reason, it just will not recognize it on my computer for some reason. I don't know why.
You might have to go into the Steam. Are you playing this on Steam?
Yes.
You might have to go into the Steam controller settings and.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Like, I have to do that with my.
Oh no, you're just your grenade hit a pipe and didn't go.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm a few seconds behind.
All right, so. E. Okay.
There
There we go. All right. E. Out of all them, E. Okay, that was kind of cool. Literally just
Yeah, you
shoving it
could
into
you
his...
could have been doing the stuff like that all the whole time. So.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I can't wait for the second one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw the second one at the VGAs. What was that? Like a year, 2 years now? It looks really good.
Yeah, they just had another trailer drop at the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? You actually know more about Warhammer than both of us.
No, I don't.
Do you know what the heck a melt-a-gun is?
Yeah,
What is it?
it's like a gun that shoots. I guess in art tends like a really, 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 really hot version of napalm.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
it's basically just a little burst flamethrower. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, because me and Alex, we talked about
Oh,
it a
wait,
little
wait, wait.
bit. We like,
Gun?
I literally could not think of like any like in-depth descriptions of the melt-a-gun that I'd heard in like all the books that I've been reading recently. I've heard references to it. I've like read or listened to bits where they were like describing using it, but like not really in depth to a point where it didn't just sound like some sort of like shotgun or rocket launcher or something.
Oh yeah, no. It would be more like a plasma gun. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
shooting like a condensed laser
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing that
Okay.
melts things. So like a flamethrower. Flamethrower.
Oh,
So you
wait,
were
isn't it a
kind of
laser?
right, Alex.
Isn't it a laser?
A melta gun is
No.
no. It's like a plasma gun, and
Yeah.
like it shoots like condensed heated electronish kind of things. We have
Gotcha.
jargon that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That melts things.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say, even though I know this is supposed to look probably bad and like end
Wait a
timesy and
second.
stuff, the purple lighting does kind of make things look pretty here.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
That is a ultramarine sized door.
Yes. Come on, you really think like in a time when literally like ultramarines are a thing, they're not going to build doors to accommodate for that?
Well, hold on. You'll stand next to that bed.
Okay.
Is this like a? Is this like supposed to be a What?
Ah,
I don't think they would have ultramarines here. I don't think they should have ultramarine sized beds.
I don't know.
And certainly not bunk beds.
But
that can't
Is
hold
this?
that chain can't hold an ultramarine.
Yeah. I don't know.
There
Is this?
zero chance?
I don't know. This bed kind of like I don't know. Maybe it's the armor, but this kind of bed kind of looks like a little too small. I feel like this guy's like toes would be poking out the edge there.
I don't think so.
No.
No,
Okay.
but also you have to consider that like humans come in various sizes in 40k.
Oh yeah, the
As big as an ultramarine?
Yeah, there's things called ogrins,
Mm-hmm.
which are sometimes actually bigger than a space marine.
Yeah, they're basically like ogres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they're in. I've seen them in. Darn it, Necromunda.
Yeah.
They're actually one of the playable characters in Dark Tide.
Would not want to do that. I don't want to play an Ogren. They look gross and smelly.
They really are gross and smelly.
Speaking of ogrons, that reminded me of giants and stuff. So Nate, I started. I assume maybe you saw the pictures I made. I actually painted my first like mini, and it was a fire giant and stuff. And I actually really liked it, and I actually like. I was telling Alex this. I kind of it felt kind of soothing to do too. I don't know. There was something I really liked about it.
Yeah, that's like painting is a good way to go zen.
Yeah.
I would suggest if you're thinking of getting into painting, stay away from Games Workshop's paints for a while because
Oh.
they are one, they're really expensive,
Yeah.
and you don't really need them.
Okay.
I think your best bet would be like Army Painter, and then get some. I don't have it on my desk. Mixing medium, and you mix
Okay.
that into your paints, or get like a wet palette if you're gonna do this quite often.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think I'm just going to do it like every now and then. And I don't know. As for paints, like, yeah, I should probably consider making some better ones. But literally, all I use to like paint the fire giant and the toy dragon was paint I picked up from the dollar store. I don't know. I think they turned out decently enough for that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
It'll work. It's just
You sound so disappointed, though.
I'm not disappointed. It's just I to be honest, I've used like dollar stores paints before.
Yeah.
Oh God, that I to be honest, I probably would have given up. Those
Okay.
paints are like, oh, it hurts so much thinking about using those paints.
I have seen like just just like a YouTube Shorts comparison of like super cheap oil paints compared to oil paints at what they should cost. Um, the dirt cheap ones looked uh, sincerely like it would be better to use your own blood to paint.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
saw a dude actually use his own bullet to paint.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
For
what?
the
Yeah, I'll send you the video. Ninja.
Ooh.
Wait, who does?
What?
I didn't hear you.
No, he made a video of painting with his own blood. Ninja.
No.
Ninja?
Like
Ninja.
the
He's a YouTuber.
As
okay, that okay, not the other ninja. Okay.
No, not Ninja. Ninja.
okay. No, I
Okay.
do not know who this man is then.
Big screen
Oh,
TV.
there's this.
Oh wait, you know what? Windstrider might
Oh, they're
input
trying to
this.
like oops.
Wait, actually, does Wind paint minis?
Wind?
I
don't
don't think
think
I've ever
so.
heard him talk about
He's
it. No.
never mentioned it.
I was gonna say I know that he like knows about Warhammer and stuff, but I
Oh
don't
yes,
Yeah.
I know that he knows about Warhammer. I don't know how much, but I know he does.
Enough to be disappointed in me when I told him my favorite legion was the Alpha Legion.
I am going to be right back. I'm gonna run to the
Alright.
restroom real quick.
Okay. What? What's wrong,
like
Alex?
Night Lords or like.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't like gotten a chance to read any of the books that focus on the Night Lords yet, but from listening to the Adeptus Ridiculous talk about them, like they also sound like a legion that's sort of up my alley.
They're as ridiculous as the Alpha Legion. It's
Yeah.
just they're not the Alpha Legion.
Oh yeah, except for the members that are the Alpha Legion.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
except for the members that are the Alpha Legion.
Yeah. Yeah, I do kind of like the fact that, like, in the book that talked about, like, the Korax's Legion and stuff, it was, like, it was revealed that, like, Horus and Abaddon and the rest of them have to keep on having the occasional purges because they keep on they're worried that Alpharius keeps on sending in undercover agents into their legion just to keep tabs on them.
Yeah. Have you found out who Omegon is yet?
Yes, I do know who Omegon is. Yes. It is kind of like, I don't know, kind of... So, this is something I find a little weird. So, Alpharius and Omegon are considered unique because they're sort of like twin Primarchs, correct?
Yes.
I'm back.
Why... it's an interesting concept, and it would be, like, a lot more, I feel like, I'm getting distracted, so I'm probably going to die. Oh, wait. Okay. Nope. Still, yeah, I died there. But the way they keep describing Korax and what's his name, the leader of the Night Lords. All I can ever think of him is the Night Haunter. Uh,
Conrad Kurz.
Conrad Kurz, yeah. They in tactics, in appearance, like like they're literally described as like looking and behaving like extremely similarly,
Yeah.
except literally even they got sent to planets that were almost
Very
identical.
similar.
Yeah. They sound like twins to me. Yeah, like so I don't understand why it's such a big deal that Alfarius and Omegon sort of are. Like
So,
why it has to
they-
be yeah.
They forget on how it actually worked. I forget if they were in the same gestation tube
Mhm.
or if but they were like basically completely carbon copies of each other. On the other
Okay.
hand, Conrad Kurz and um, Korax,
Mhm.
they're implied, like I wouldn't say implied because it's like more of like on how everything you described is kind of like, hey, these two are very similar.
Yeah.
So either you can take it as like GW was like, hey, we want to make sure that there's like two of these kind of characters so we can. Do you know what
Yeah.
happens to Conrad Kurz?
I've like read his wiki page, so yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then when we go and kill Conrad Kurz, like, so people can still play, butcher kind of characters who use lightning claws and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, from what I
Dark
heard
Hitler
about
aesthetic.
Korax, he's like very much opposed to that sort of like thing. That's like the one big thing that like sort of like sets him and Conrad Kurz apart is like Korax like very much disagrees with using fear tactics when it comes to
No, he still uses fear tactics. He just says he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
He will still run into people and literally rip them to shreds with his lightning claws as much as Conrad Kurz does. He just doesn't go and, staple people's body parts to his body.
Okay, he's not open about it from what it sounds like. Okay.
Like, seeing a space marine go through your, like, friends and allies and rip them in half is as scary as seeing another space marine do the same thing, except that one of them has skin draped on them. I may have not noticed the skin,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, it is
On
kind of
top of that, one of them can literally turn invisible, turn into a shadow, and then literally come up behind you and snap your neck.
yeah. That is true. Yeah.
One of them is a little scarier than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Like I yeah, no. Like I am really looking forward to getting to a point where I can start reading the Night Lords books. I just I like there are so many books I do want to read. I just don't want to skip the anything in the Horus Heresy because I've been honestly having a lot of fun with the Horus Heresy stuff so far.
Horus Heresy is good. It's just like the only thing I would have to say about it is that like the stuff you're reading now is technically coming after a lot of the other stuff.
Okay.
Like all of the Horus Heresy books are basically have been coming out after most of the other stuff. So like you could technically read stuff out of order.
Yeah.
And I would just suggest like if you ever get like sort of bored of the Horus Heresy story, or you somehow catch up, which to be honest, by the way you're going to catch up soon.
Yeah. I beat Ghost of Tsushima in like 3 weeks, so I'm pretty good about apparently completing games that should take me forever. And not only did I complete it, I platinumed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's 50-something books. Hopefully you don't. But, like, you're already at, what, 20-something?
Yeah, I just finished Sanguinius's, like, part.
Yeah, you're gonna probably catch up.
Yeah, let me see if it still has, yeah, where's Barda Tread? That's the book I just finished today. Which, Barda Tread, decent book,
probably like not my favorite, but it was nice to finally get something focusing on Sanguinius and the Blood Angels, who were probably one of the legions I was kind of more fascinated by, considering they're literally like space vampires. So it was nice sort of like getting something from that. Ah, Sanguinius, don't know how I feel about him so far. He seems like one of the more decent Primarchs, but I do kind of wish he'd sort of manned up and told his legion about sort of like the issues with their gene seed sooner. I can understand why he didn't. It literally, from what I heard, literally, like in the like prologue when he's like talking to Horus, it's literally explained that he's worried about it getting out and his father purging like Sanguinius's legion and having it become like the third sort of like legion they don't talk about. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like at least like his, I don't know. I feel like if he was just like letting everyone know about it, like if you let all the legions know, yeah, that was going to get out eventually. But from everything like I learned about Sanguinius's legion, they like are dedicated to him like a lot.
Well, so
Like even compared to like some of the other legions.
the reason why Sanguinius didn't go and tell people about like the problems that his legion has
Mm-hmm.
is because early on they didn't have this problem.
Yeah, it was something that
Like the Red
slowly
Thirst
started.
and the Black Rage, which comes way later,
Yeah.
those never affected his legion until very later into the Horus Heresy, actually.
Yeah.
And Sanguinius didn't tell anyone that he needs to fucking drink blood because he's the only person who needs to drink blood. So he's like, you probably don't have this problem. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now they're blood rage monsters who go and murder people when they, anyone goes mention Sanguinius.
Yeah, it sounds like I think I don't remember where I picked this up, so maybe it's not true, but it sounded like do the current Blood Angels in the timeline like hate Sanguinius?
No.
No? Okay, so
They still renovate.
okay, they still do? Okay.
Yeah. The only problem is that every now and then they can go into what is called the Black Rage, which causes them to believe that they are Sanguinius.
I
At
heard
the end.
about that. Yeah.
And they lose their fucking minds, and you don't want to be around them.
Yeah. Do you think it's theoretically possible that like if a strong enough sort of like blood angel came along and went through the black rage as you called it, that they could literally become like Sanguinius reborn?
I guess, sort of. Like there's, I forget what it's called. Oh, the Sanguinor. There's the Sanguinor, which is kind of like that, but
Okay.
not. It's like a dwarfish entity that is super strong, probably as strong as Sanguinius.
Okay.
Completely clad in gold, I think at least. And has wings like Sanguinius does. And
Okay.
wrecks the shit out of demons.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I literally just dodge rolled straight into that grenade.
On top of that, technically Sanguinius technically could come back,
Okay.
which is one of the scariest and coolest things ever.
Oh, really? Is there like something? Yeah, I guess that is like, yeah, the way they set it up is like they could technically have him come back anytime they wanted to. But at the same time, from what I've like heard from a lot of fans, is that it would would it ruin it for you if he did actually come back? Because from what I've heard, like especially like one of the most powerful parts of the Horus Heresy is when Horus kills him. So do you
It
think
would
that would
depend
like
on how.
Okay, depends on how.
Same thing with Horus. If they ever brought Horus back somehow, it would depend
Yeah.
on how they bring him back. If they bring back Sanguinius, like Chaos Corrupted, sort of, and like he's still loyal to the Imperium, but like he does not look like Sanguinius anymore. Like his wings are like ripped off, and like he lost his mind. He suffers from the Black Rage more like equally as much as his own chapter, and
Yeah.
like he's more like a mad dog at the moment, more than like Lehman Russ, then yes, I
Yeah.
would be fine with it, because then you're like, oh, that man has been getting tortured for the last, Gugoplex years, and being tortured on a. Do you know where he is at the moment? Actually,
I do not know. Do you?
I forget the ship's name, but he's on a ship, uh, Horus's old flagship, I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
and well, at least his soul is.
Hmm.
And it's being tortured basically.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Like every day it forms into like a crystalline statue on Horus's ship, and Abaddon goes and fucks with it.
Hmm. Fun, fun,
And
fun.
that is Horus Sanguinius's direct soul. So probably not fun being on a ship
Yeah.
full of a bunch of fucking demon
Okay.
fuckers.
That's unfortunate. Poor Sanguinius. He does seem like the only other Primarch that I feel like cares or is like as like is actually maybe someone I would consider a relatively good person. The only other one I could think of is maybe like Vulcan. Like him and Sanguinius are like the two that like actually seem like decent enough like people. There still
Vulcan is
are
a decent person.
yeah. Well, I thought I heard a story about how Vulcan like burned an Eldar child to death. So I don't know.
That could have happened.
Yeah, but yeah, like taking away the Xenos murder, they do
Yeah.
somewhat see. I don't know. Like even like that, I feel like out of all the Primarchs, like and may I don't know. Like Alpharius and Omegon, they literally do sort of work with like a cabal of like aliens, but like they're still like terrible people and stuff. But like Sanguinius and Vulcan, like I feel like if they were like maybe in the position Gilliman was, where like they had to work closely with like Xenos and stuff, they could maybe come to like respect and maybe even like I don't know, maybe like form truces or something with like Xenos. Like I feel like if like they were given more time to see the Xenos as more than just an enemy, they could maybe like I don't know, like they'd change maybe their outlook on the Xenos. Like I feel like those two would
It
be.
sounds like Heresy Hunter.
I get it that it's heresy, but I feel yeah no. I don't know. Like, would Sanguinius and Vulcan care about heresy? From what I've seen, like they seem to have been gone for a long, long time.
I mean, technically, it was bad before, and even
Yeah.
yeah, Emperor did not like people going and interacting with Xenos. Um, yeah, I would agree with you. I would. The only thing I would say is I actually think most Primarchs actually would have that ability. It's like to be honest, who wouldn't
Who wouldn't want
be
be
able
able to come back?
Well, no, who wouldn't be able to like interact with Xena? Like, who wouldn't be able to like go and like actually find respect for? I think the only person I think I would have actual major problems would be like Angron.
Yeah. Angron, I kind of feel like from what I've read of Ferris Manus and Perturabo so far, those two might also have
Yeah.
some
Oh wait,
difficulty.
yeah, Perturabo probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Perturabo just has like a stick so far up his ass. I'm surprised he's breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. Ferris Manus too, though his was so far up he's no longer breathing. Alright. This new gun I do kind of like. I just wish that it would take longer or wouldn't take as long to reload. I do kind of miss my sniper rifle at this point. Why is it always the grenade launcher guys that can hop around all easily? Okay, let's reload the. There's one. Still only one. There we go. All right. But yeah, no. Yeah. Xenos. But I have been noticed. Have you? But I'm sure you've been noticing. But from the stuff I've been like reading about, like in articles and seeing videos about recently about like what's been going on in the Warhammer universe, it's been getting kind of hopeful from what I've been seeing. Like Gilliman's back, Xenos and the Imperium seem to be like allied more. The Emperor of Mankind maybe might wake up soon. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's getting more hopeful.
You would think that.
Is it not? Is it actually
Well-
worse?
Yes and no.
Okay.
There is a lot of hope coming back. You know, we might get a new Primarch come back.
Yeah.
There are a few rumors on who, but like
I hope it's not
probably-
Lionel Johnson.
That's one of the biggest contenders.
Yeah, I really hope it's not. Out of all the like literally, like, okay,
What?
there are Primarchs I haven't gotten a good chance to read much about, so I don't really have strong opinions on them yet. But almost every time a book focuses on the Primarchs, I wind up liking them or respecting them in some way. Except Lionel Johnson. I have had the reverse opinion on him. He went from being someone who's just like, oh man, this guy's so cool, to being like, I hate you. Why do you do the things you do?
Yeah.
Literally, like, when he first showed up, his Legion and him seemed so cool, like these sort of like Arthurian knights just sort of like traveling around, and like they seem to have like such strong codes of honor, and like they just seem so cool. And for the most part, I still really like his Legion. It's just Lionel Johnson I really hate. Like literally every single time. Like literally, he masquerades as like this chivalrous knight, but literally he is anything but. Look, one of the things that really annoyed me, and it wasn't even in a book that was focusing on him. It was one of the. It was a book that was focusing on the Lehman Russ and his Legion, and there was this one remark about how it was Lehman Russ talking to one of his legionaries about like how a lot of the other legionaries see them as sort of like just like mindless brutes that don't really care about anything, and also while trying to like, and it was basically the legionnaire trying to convince Lehman Russ not to like go through with just invading Magnus's planet and just screwing up everything, because they're worried that it's going to literally ruin their reputation worse than it already is. And the Legionnaire is trying to remind him of a story about like Lionel Johnson and Lehman Russ when they first met. It's literally when Lehman Russ and Lionel Johnson first met, they got into a bit of a tussle, and it lasted for days and days and days. And at the end of it, like Lehman Russ was having a lot of fun with just the fight, because like this Lionel Johnson guy, he's a good fighter. Like I'm really enjoying myself. That he began laughing and sort of let his guard down for a moment. And Lionel Johnson apparently got annoyed and took advantage of the situation and sucker punched Lehman Russ so badly it knocked him unconscious. Like literally, he was in like this fight where Lehman. Oh, God. Okay, that just popped out of nowhere. Great. Lehman Russ is way more honorable than Lionel Johnson is in this scenario.
I think you can go around to get to those Gatling guns.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but everywhere I look, the way's blocked.
Turn around.
Oh.
You go to the left?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright. Thank you, Alex. Alright, yeah. Okay, yeah, you were right.
Oh, this is not where I was talking about, but okay.
Yeah, no, it progresses the plot, I guess. Maybe it'll eventually pop back around there. Okay, yeah, I think it is. It's just a long way up. Oh, God.
That's so thing about all the Primarchs is that usually whatever they show on their surface is totally opposite to who they are as as a person.
Yeah.
So, for instance, Lehman Russ, at the offset, you look at him and you're like, okay, this is a mindless animal who goes and eats like probably dog poop, right?
Okay, I wouldn't have said that, but I get what you mean.
It's probably a thing he's done. I wouldn't deny like that. That seems like Lehman Russ material.
Yeah, okay.
But in truth, he probably ate that dog poop to make people leave him alone.
Uh, okay.
He's a lot more thoughtful than you think. He just like he's the way he strategizes and like thinks of, hey, maybe this would work. Is more of how do I get people to like give me enough respect that they would leave me alone, but also like I don't know, like he's not just a mindless animal.
Oh yeah,
Like,
definitely.
And Lionel Johnson is a person who, like, on the offset, looks very noble and very regal and very, like, yeah, I'm a good person. I'm gonna like help people and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he like every single time he does something, he's like usually stabbing something in the back.
Yeah, he just seems like overly paranoid. I think he must have a gift, sort of like Sanguinius's like precognition, because he seems to know things he should have no business like knowing about. And like he just seems like overly paranoid, way too like overly ambitious. Like he like I'm getting off starting to like not pay attention to the game and dying, so apologies there. Oh god, something just went down my throat. Oh god. Okay. I need to take a drink quick.
Hunter's dying.
A little bit. Okay. Alright, I'm better now. But yeah, no, he just seems overly ambitious, and in one of the books at the very end, where he's talking to Perturabo, right before Perturabo goes traitor, and actually gives him like a bunch of titans by accident, he talks about his ambition to sort of, now that Horus has sort of like declared himself a traitor and stuff, I am going to try and put my hat forward to become the new War Master, and I'd like to get your sort of like vote for that, Perturabo. So here's a bunch of titans to sort of convince you to side with me. Meanwhile, he just gave Perturabo a bunch of titans that he's immediately going to take to the traitors. Yeah. Which I found like, yeah, no, you deserve that, dude. Like, you are, yeah. But yeah, no, he just like literally, he's paranoid, he's arrogant, he has like no honor whatsoever. He's literally like you said, he's sort of like on the offset, he seems like a good guy, but if you spend even a fraction of time with him, he is anything but.
Yeah. Yeah, but he might be the next Primarch coming back, so yeah.
I actually mentioned something about that in my last stream of this. I was imagining if Lionel Johnson were to come back and he saw that Gilliman was the one like running things, knowing Lionel Johnson, I could not imagine him being willing to take orders from Gilliman. Could you?
So it depends on why Lionel Johnson comes back. If Lionel Johnson comes back to go and kill the Fallen, then he probably would tell Gilliman, do your thing, I'm gonna go over here and go murder a lot of people.
Yeah.
Stay out of my fucking way. Or two, he's going to come back, see the fact that Gilliman is literally just holding the Imperium together, barely, and either start murdering people in the Imperium to go and get control back, or two, he's gonna be like, okay, you know what, Gilliman? I don't like you.
You haven't worked on your butt.
Yeah, I see him now.
Okay.
You don't like me, but at the very least, if we work together, we might be able to salvage this situation. The thing about Lionel Johnson is, while he is very much an opportunist and someone who wants to gain power, he's not a person who would go and jeopardize the entire Imperium just because he wants power.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, he very much would probably challenge Gilliman to like a fight or something, and Gilliman would be like, "Dude, you know what? You want this title? Come and get it. Just take it. You know what? I don't want this anymore. You
Yeah,
can come
no.
and take it.
Yeah,
Leave me alone. I'm gonna go sleep for like another 10,000 years, like you did, brother.
yeah.
How
From
about that?
everything that I've learned about Gilliman and how he's sort of handled being made the leader of the Imperium in its current state, he does not seem to be having a good time right now.
To be honest, I imagine Gilliman literally just be like, "Oh, you want the title, Lionel? Fine, you can have it. I'm leaving. I'm going away.
Yeah,
Go fuck
literally.
you." So
Yeah. It's yeah, no. Oof. I feel bad for Gilliman a little bit. But
to be honest, I think we're gonna get maybe 2 Primax really close together.
oh,
Hopefully. I hope, just because I don't think Lionel Johnson should come back by himself unless
Yeah.
he is going to be the War Master now, and in charge of basically all of conflict, and so then Gilliman can take a step back and actually try to make the Imperium like
yeah.
get the Imperium back on its 2 feet after the God, I forget what it's called.
I need some ammo. Where the heck is
Cadian
some ammo
exploded.
I can use?
And I hope that if they actually do make a conflict between Lionel Johnson and Gilliman, they introduce another Primarch to end the conflict very quickly.
Yeah. I could kind of see something like that. Yeah, Lionel Johnson and Gilliman are about to come to blows, and from like just out of nowhere, just like I don't know, what a hammer falls down and just like in walks Vulcan to like break things up.
Oh no, the hammer would land on Lionel Johnson's head.
Yeah.
Vulcan does not take shit from anyone.
Yeah.
And he definitely knows that if anyone was making problems, it was Lionel Johnson, not Gilliman.
Yeah.
And do not be persuaded by any of people online. Vulcan is the strongest Primarch.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen a lot with Vulcan.
Without-
He seems like no joke strong. Oh god.
He might be the least likely to punch you in the face and break your neck and, you know, rip you in half.
Yeah. I've seen
But
the
if he
height
does-
chart. Vulcan is freaking massive.
Yeah, Vulcan. Most Primax would look at Vulcan and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight this.
Like Vulcan just looks like he's on like he's taking Space Marine steroids.
Welcome to the stream, Brad.
Yes,
Welcome
hello.
to the stream.
I'm
Yeah.
streaming right now. Yeah.
Oh no, am I allowed to be here?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. I am currently dying against a bunch of orcs.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
it's not. It's really not. Why did they have to literally fill the entire area with what seems to be all the orcs with bombs?
You know, it's just how it is.
Yeah, it just makes it kind of hard because, like, most of my weapons, I realize are sort of, range or require long charges up as huge hordes get close to me and also do damage to me, if I fire them too close.
You know you can change your weapons out.
I can, but there don't seem to be any weapons I can change them out with at the moment.
Isn't there a weapon cache like a little bit back?
I tried going back, but I think it's blocked off. I can try going back again.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you can make
Wait.
up that little curb there.
No, it looks like I was able to. Okay.
Oh,
Alright,
there
here
you
we go. What is here that I can switch out for? That's just ammo and a
hammer.
hammer. Oh, and an audio log I apparently missed. But that's it. Like, I don't have any weapons I can switch out for. This
Oh.
plasma gun's awful, the
I think
plasma
that
pistol's
Thunder
awful.
Hammer gives you some range.
It does, and it gives you big AoE.
I
Okay.
would go for that, Hunter.
I got the. Wait, I thought I picked up the hammer. Apparently not.
Yeah.
No.
And now I can't go back. Lovely. Oh wait, there we go. Right, I could have sworn I picked that up. Okay.
Nope. No, you didn't.
Wait. I picked what? Why is the audio? Okay. There we go. All right, I got the hammer. What do you mean it gives an AoE?
I think it's like if you hold down the attack button or something like that, it does a lot of Oh, you're using use the hammer by itself.
How do I use the hammer by itself?
I forget. I haven't used play this game in like 20 years.
It's not that old.
Yeah, but like that's how long it is in my brain.
Is it like V or something? What's your melee attack?
Right click.
I think you hold right click.
All
You
right.
do like a big slam. Oh wait, also you're not using your stomp, right?
Stomp.
No, he has a stop. He has not used it all. Yeah.
What stomp?
I don't know how you would trigger it, but there is a stomp that does like a big area stun.
Yeah.
Are you talking about when I have a jetpack and can use stomp? Because I don't have a jetpack right now.
There's a stomp in the game to push back all the small enemies.
I don't have. Like, are you talking about like sort of like that?
Nope.
No.
I'll open Space Marine. Do I even have Space Marine installed?
I would assume not.
Yeah, it sounds like you haven't played it in a long time.
I sometimes install it. I do have it installed. Do I need DS4 to play this game?
I don't think so.
Well, he's also using keyboard and mouse. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because it won't recognize my controller.
Versus private. Oh wait, yeah, you're playing on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Let's reload. That's grenade.
I think it's part of a melee weapon combo.
Okay.
Combat controls. Foot stomp F.
F? No, that's just the backhand.
Try it as part of a combo.
Part of a combo.
Yeah, so you
okay.
do 2 Fs.
That's gonna be an issue in this part. It's literally the
Just tap F twice.
F. Wait, hold on, I'm trying to. I have the these ranged guys over here. They're the ones I think that keep firing the rockets at me. Yeah, no, I'm hitting it. It's not doing anything.
Huh.
Should.
Oh wait, it did it that time.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's a backhand and a timing thing.
I don't know.
There
All I
are-
know is every single time I set foot in the central area right there, I literally just pretty much just almost die. Because,
Yeah, that stomp will help you out a ton if you
Yeah.
can pull it off to get all these guys off of you.
I
yeah.
would look at the combat controls just because they are not as friendly.
Yeah. I'm very aware.
On keyboard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, you are not doing good.
Yeah, well, every single time I step foot down in that central
I
area,
know.
something bombards me. I don't know what. It's not even like the normal, rocket launcher guys. Just something keeps hitting me.
Watch
And
out.
I
Those
trying.
rockets coming at you.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think there was some ammo I didn't use back here yet for the bolter. I don't know.
I hope they add multiplayer too. Space Marine 2 story.
Wait, is that some ammo right up there? I think it is. I didn't even notice this earlier. Nope, that's grenades. Okay, there's some ammo.
Anyways, Brad, what's been up with you?
Yeah, what have you been up to, Brad?
Nothing much. Just kind of. We went and got. I went and did the permit stuff today for the back room.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said the Kermit stuff, and I was just wondering, like, Kermit's what? Are you into like the
yeah,
Muppets
you know,
or something?
Kermit the Frog. You
Yeah.
know, I did his stuff.
Kermit the Frog
Yeah. Well, his mom's marrying Kermit.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, all right. Oh, I didn't know your
Yeah,
mom was Miss Piggy.
He's ditching Miss Piggy and.
Oh, he's ditching
marrying
Miss
my
Piggy.
mother.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
ditched Miss Piggy and he's getting with Brad's mom. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you've got a good I hope you've got your house under like surveillance or something, because I don't think Miss Piggy's the type of ex that just sort of like lays down and just sort of accepts it.
You know, my mom's last fiance, he had a
Mhm.
bunch of pig traps, so we're good on that. You know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
your grenade, Hunter.
No, the sentry's taking care of them. I'm just sort of like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no.
I was just saying, don't forget about him because I saw a bunch of them coming.
Yeah, I'm just trying to kill time. Where am I supposed to go exactly?
Turn to the manufacturer.
Yeah. Is it that way? No. Orcs just seem to be.
Return, so I would imagine go back.
Go back. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Yep. I probably could have just. No, I couldn't have, because literally those grenade guys, every time I took a single step, just pounded me, but. Yeah, no, that's, Yeah, that was rough.
I think you just chose like a really bad weapon choice.
Yeah, no, I really do regret getting the plasma gun. Like, I really do miss my sniper. I'm going to try and change it out like as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I really miss the old bolter pistol. I really hate the plasma one, but that's a permanent upgrade. I can't go back.
Yeah, no, bolter pistol.
Can you still fire the plasma pistol like normally?
Yeah, but I have to like hold it a little longer. Like before, the bolter pistol would I just hold it down and would fire. It would just keep firing and stuff like that. It would be kind of slow, but I wouldn't have to keep on clicking it like I do the plasma pistol. Like, it's a lot more annoying to use the plasma pistol than it was the bolter. Okay, good. Some ammo. The vengeance launcher. Okay, got something. Not my sniper, but it's better than oh god, it's this weapon I remember. Alright. Oh god, I almost think the plasma gun might be better. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this grenade launcher. I'll try using it again. Oh, cutscene time. Oh! Hey, it's what's his name?
Hmm.
Did they ever say the name of this dude? I don't think they
will.
did. Okay, there we go. Boss Grimskull.
It was probably like the first time you came in.
Okay. Okay. Defeat the war boss. Great. How do I do that?
Don't get hit.
Don't get hit, right. Okay.
Now you're getting it.
Oh! I've been flashbanged, apparently. Okay, a bunch of missiles. God. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Yeah, the Vengeance Launcher is a little annoying because maybe I'm firing it the wrong way, but it seems like the only way I can get the frickin' thing to go off when I want it to is to always hit the reload button, which is very inconvenient on mouse and keyboard.
I mean, couldn't you stick it to them?
I could, but I can't exactly stay still right now.
I'm sure you have like 5 milliseconds to stand still.
Yeah, not too much. Okay, some ammo, that's good.
I want some kind of snack.
Oh, what you thinking?
I might run down to Sonic and get something. I don't know what.
Sonic.
would
I
have
haven't had
for
Sonic in
dessert.
forever.
Oh, dessert.
Okay. Oh, good. It actually looks like it saves my progress in the boss fight, so it doesn't look like I'm gonna be like stuck if if I die. So that's good to know. Because let's be honest, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Uh huh. That was wow. I wish I wasn't turned around so I know what killed me there.
Cry the boss.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know it's the boss. I just kind of wish I knew what the boss had done.
He punched you.
Yeah. Is that what it was? Just one
Probably.
punch?
Do you not see the claw on his arm?
I see the claw, but I mean, come on. Like, I'm a Ultramarine. I should be able to take that.
You're an ultramarine. No, you shouldn't.
Yeah. Nah, come on. The Ultramarines are the best. That's, like, everyone loves the Ultramarines.
Ultra's in their name.
Yeah. Name one person who doesn't like the Ultramarines.
Me.
Name another person who doesn't like the Ultramarines.
Everyone who's right now in 8th, 10th edition of the tabletop game.
Alright, name one more person who doesn't like the Ultramarines.
The guy who keeps submerging them in the books.
Okay, alright. I'm beginning to see a pattern here.
So what is wrong with the Ultramarines?
Nothing, actually.
Yeah, no. From what I understand, people are
Wrong
just
with
sick
them
of them.
is their base. They're literally like standard.
Yeah.
No, why are they called Ultramarines? What makes them separate from the Space Marines?
They're a chapter. Well, technically,
Yeah.
they were originally
Right.
a legion, So basically, we're under the robot girly man.
Hmm.
And every Primarch has their own legion, and that's robot girly man's is the Ultramarines, and later they become a chapter. And that's what's different about them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and from what I
So
understand,
there's nothing really to make them ultra marines.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
Unless you're talking about the fact that they have
It's
like
good.
0 mutation, then yes, there's nothing that makes them ultra.
Oh, okay. So they're just kind of normal. I think it's asking for an execution. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It just didn't have the little icon above it, so I was a little confused. Okay, that was kind of cool. Just taking out the gun and shooting him right in the head. I just kind of wish the gun looked like if that was with the old bolter pistol, that would have looked a bit cooler. Like the plasma pistol just it looks like some type of toy.
I definitely don't like plasma pistols. They're like cool concept wise what they do, they just don't look cool.
Yeah. But yeah, from what I've also read, and this seems to be like from a couple like Warhammer like uh people on YouTube and stuff, so it seems to have at least like a bit of like general consensus that this is another reason is that for the longest time it seemed to be like when this one particular guy was working for Games Workshop who is no longer there, the Ultramarines were turned sort of into a Legion of Mary Sues.
Oh
Is
yes,
yeah.
but
Hmm.
that was also the time that Marvel went and made some Warhammer.
Wait, Marvel made
Warhammer.
How did I never hear of this?
Yeah. Probably because no one liked them.
Ah,
In one of the comics, like a normal Space Marine goes and rips the head off of a Titan.
yeah, that
Wait,
doesn't seem
what's
right.
a Titan?
A Titan
It's like
is
a 40-meter tall.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that one probably was like 20 meters tall. But like, it's a pretty big giant robot.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. You know
No.
the robots from Pacific Rim?
Never saw Pacific Rim.
They're not no. Think of the robots from Pacific Rim and then double the size and then add
I've never
all the
seen
guns.
Pacific Rim.
You've never
Means
seen Pacific
nothing.
Rim? All right, think of Gundam, I guess. From like the just think of a Gundam like giant robots like double, triple their size and then add a bunch of
They're
guns.
about the same size.
They're about the same size? Oh.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
most
Nate. Evangelion.
They're
Like about smaller than one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Evas are like 100 meters tall, right?
Don't know. They're fucking massive. How tall is an Ava? Yeah, that's fair. They. Oh, hold on. Okay, so is there a cannon height for Unit 1?
I'm not hitting this one freaking Chaos Cultist.
Okay, so
140.
it says starting at 40 and reaching up to 200. That doesn't mean a lot to me. Like, what do they mean? What do they mean by that?
Meters.
I understand the meters part, but the thing is that this is one unit, and it doesn't quadruple in size.
Yeah.
So they're about the rebuild series says there's about 80 to 90 meters tall.
Okay, yeah.
These would be double the biggest Titan.
Wow, that's
Which
pretty
is,
impressive.
An Emperor Titan, which is 40 meters tall.
Oh yeah, they would. I mean,
I think.
and I do not think that any number of Space Marines up against an Eva would stand a chance.
Yeah.
No, and Ava would almost probably be like equivalent to like a chaos god. It manifesting on
Wait.
our
Oh.
team.
Really? What? As powerful as a god, like literally a
Do
god.
you
Okay.
know what an Ava can do, or at least Unit 1 can do?
No, not at all.
It can destroy the world all because of a horny 14-year-old.
Not only
I
does it
mean, I
destroy the world,
feel like the
we
Chaos Gods could too.
could the Chaos Gods recreate that world?
Yep.
Okay, maybe not that. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Literally went in. It made a separate timeline.
It
What?
17 times.
What?
It altered
What?
Wait, 17 times?
17?
Yes.
What?
That's on how many,
What?
at least I know of, on how many different timelines there are in Ava.
What? So a robot, a giant
did this
robot
work?
built to fight, rewrote reality 17
Now, hold
times?
On. Now hold on. You're falling into a little falsehood there.
What?
That's a little bit of government propaganda you got.
What do you mean?
They are not robots.
They're not. Okay, what the heck are they?
Robot.
They are armored. The closest thing to call them would be like a primordial human.
What? Okay, so wait, what? Okay.
I understand. It's very confusing.
Yeah, so the giant things that look like robots and are piloted by robots and are called
Piloted by humans.
robots are revealed not to be robots?
Yeah, it's in like the second episode. Yeah,
In the second
Yeah.
episode?
yeah.
What? What?
Implied.
Implied.
It's implied.
It's not implied. We see the
I
head
mean-
regrow. We see the head regrow. What are you talking about?
Okay, so it's implied. Okay, so it's,
Maybe it's
I was talking about the-
nanomachines.
Oh, okay. About the 17 times. Okay.
Yeah, 17 times, and also the fact that they're not only are they not robots, but that they're like the human thing. That's
Yeah, that is. Well,
they never come out and say it.
no, they don't. What they are, they're engineered angels, which are
Engineer
literally
what?
made out of the same stuff.
Welcome to Confusion Land.
Yeah,
Population everybody.
I can see why Zoe uses this to melt our brains in Monster Prom.
Also, Shinji and Kaoru should have been a thing, but you
Oh,
Don't know
now
who
I
that
understand why
is.
Alex likes Monster Prom so much.
Yeah.
know. Yeah, Zoe's pretty great.
But yeah, Alex, I sent you a image. Titan.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So it's kind. I mean, is this thing basically the same height as like a dreadnought?
yeah, Dreadnought and what?
Maybe I got the word wrong. The thing that they put people in,
No.
soldiers in
No.
after they're,
No. Dreadnoughts are like maybe like at most like 5 meters tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not
Okay.
that big. That thing's the one I sent you is 30 meters tall.
Gotcha. Okay.
Calgar.
But I literally am just listening to you guys say these words, and like literally they mean nothing to me.
Welcome to my world. Whenever Alex and Thomas start talking Evangelion, I'm just like,
Yeah,
"These are words."
yeah, they're most certainly words. They are words that do not make sense, and I feel like will never make sense to me, but they are
Well,
most
you
certainly
know,
words.
It's not that hard to understand the Human Instrumentality Project, okay?
What the? What is? Wait, you what?
To be fair, that's me joking. The Human Instrumentality Project is something
That-
heavily hard to understand.
Yeah, it sounds like you're turning people into instruments from the initial sound of it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, but it isn't.
I, for a legit second, thought you were
I-
going to say that's what it was.
I disagree. It is. I agree with this. It is turning people to instruments.
Okay, but
I mean,
100%.
it's a simpler explanation than the real one.
what is the real explanation?
As I
So,
said,
so
don't
what?
want to know.
So all of Evangelion is set up so that we can have this 14-year-old boy
Yes.
Loses
and a
virginity.
clone of his mother
What?
come together,
What?
melt all of humanity, and
And
reform
screw
it
each other.
What? Why?
as a new angel.
What? What? I.
Because they think that all of the souls of people who died in the past will come back into the one humid goo blob,
What
and they will be in more or less heaven.
is this like late? Like after? Is this like One Piece or something where it just goes on and on and on?
No. This is
No.
this is a tight, less than 30 episode series, I think.
Yes.
Also, One Piece doesn't have that
Less than
problem.
30 episodes, they get to that.
Yes. Well, here's the thing.
Mind
There's a
you,
lot,
the-
and it's very confusing.
Yeah,
Um,
it sounds it.
There's a lot that you have to figure out through context clues and other people talking to you about it.
What? So it's like left up to interpretation.
Not so much left up to interpretation as it is like just not explained, but you can figure it out. It's just
I don't want to
very hard
figure it
figure
out. I was
very
happy
hard
when
to
I
figure
thought Evangelion was just another one of like giant robot anime.
Oh, it is.
Next, you're gonna say that Gundam is just another giant robot.
But also, a girl got like straight up mind raped by an alien, and yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. Okay, but I need to use this to get my health back.
Thomas made Thomas made his father watch that.
What?
We also forgot to mention that while the show runs 22 episodes or whatever, the budget for the show doesn't run that many episodes.
No, we
Okay.
had
So they
20.
literally make the last 2 episodes in crayon.
We had
What?
20. We had 20 episodes.
I thought you said it was 30.
I said less than 30. I
Okay.
didn't remember how much.
How do I?
But yeah, the last 2 episodes are all in crayon.
Not all in crayon. There's a couple of scenes that are actually animated properly, but
And
a lot
actual
of it.
photos of people.
Hmm?
And actual photos of people.
Yeah, a lot of it's just like, yeah, they're out of money, and
We poor.
the studio won't give them any more. Which, to be fair,
I can
yeah.
see why. I can see why they did not give more.
The-
It sounds like they were high, very much
Yeah,
so, when they made
you
this.
you would think that, but then
But they weren't.
it just so happened to come out. The show has a lot of fans,
Well, just
like
because.
way more fans than it should.
True.
And then they got a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, The
And then-
Room has way more fans than it should, and that's not good.
And
but that's because
well,
we like to make fun of it.
yeah, The Room is garbage on purpose.
No, it's-
Evangelion is psychological and terrible in
the
every
room is
way.
not garbage on purpose.
Yeah, the director would
I
say it
think
is,
it
but
is.
I
think
100%
it
don't
is.
believe. I really do not believe. I think
I
The
think
Room.
it is.
No
if,
way.
If you read interviews from him earlier on, he actually intended the movie to actually be serious.
I believe
And
that.
now he says it's supposed to be like shit.
He
on
wants to
it.
be in on the joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
still
agree with
think
that.
I
Yeah, especially after watching the disaster artists and seeing some of the interviews the stars were doing, because they actually did, and like they did a commentary with Tommy Wiseau on the disaster artist, and they like even like they really got to know him. And it really does sound like Tommy Wiseau like legit tried to make a movie, and apparently he put a lot of himself into it. And the fact that it was met with utter like ridicule and like people literally just memeing it out, he just sort of like had no choice but to sort of like accept it as the joke it was.
um yeah, no, Evangelion is a very it's a psychological show
Uh-huh.
that is I'm not even going to say I'm not even going to say it's great.
Yeah,
I don't think it's great. It has many great scenes, it has many great episodes, and the mystery behind the entire series is the best one I've seen in all their. It's one of the best stories out there. Is what I'm gonna
yeah.
say.
Oh, hey,
However,
Titan.
however, there's a lot of bad choices.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh god, that thing looks way bigger outside the cutscene than it did inside.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
an
no.
Emperor Titan.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
okay.
a Titan. Yeah, I think it's one of the smaller models.
No, that's
No?
the biggest.
That's the biggest? Oh
That's the
man.
biggest.
Maybe it's okay, maybe it's like budget because the way they describe those things in the books, they like feel like they'd be bigger than this. Granted, this is huge. It's
That
just
thing
the
is massive.
yeah, no.
The way they describe them in the books
You would
is
fit
very
inside one
deceptive.
of those barrels.
Yeah, no arguments there. Okay then. Let's see. So what am I supposed to do now? I wasn't paying attention. Do I go back?
But
Do I hit something else?
there's a lot of bad things about Evangelion. Some of the hospital scenes are bad.
Definitely, there's definitely not any, child
The
molestation or anything in it, right?
the elevator scene is bad. People want to say it's good. It's bad.
No, I agree with you 100%. Like, oh god.
Here's the thing, art students. This is a show for art students.
I don't know.
Is the best way to describe it.
I know some art
It's also
students.
very good. It's also very good.
That's it. Oh, I'll take your word at that. I'll just take your word
you
for
should
that.
Only
You
just
don't
take their
have to
word
watch.
for it.
You don't have to watch Evangelion,
I don't want to.
but I love it.
It's
Yeah.
really good. But at the very least, the thing you can take away from it is not a mech.
Yeah, no, it really just. I don't know. It literally just sounds like. But I've been getting into Lost, and you know how, like, I don't know, like, you probably don't. Lost is old. Like, you know how, like, when Lost was out, a lot of people would complain that Lost, as it went on, like, past its first season, they just pretty much just did whatever, like, came to mind, but literally, like, just, if an idea popped in their head, they just put it screen and just like, oh yeah, but just like, oh yeah, time travel, put it down. The island has a like black smoke monster, put it down. Like the
smoke
kid
monster
has
was
psychic
just
powers,
earlier on,
write
wasn't
that
it?
down. Yeah, just
Wait, what? What, Brad?
Didn't the smoke monster show up a way earlier?
Oh yeah, no, the smoke monster is like established in like one of the first episodes. I'm just kind of trying to come up with examples of like insane stuff that pops into that show. But yeah, no.
Smoke monsters were spiders.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, no, like, it just sounds like literally a show where literally anything the, like, writer had pop into their heads, they just put down on paper and there were no edits whatsoever.
We gotta go back, Kate.
Yeah, we gotta go back.
I just
Let's write out this kid because when he first was a part of the show, he was, the right height, but once he, after the, whatever, the writer strike, he grew to be like 6 foot, and no one's gonna believe that he's 6 foot on this island.
Yeah. I mean,
that
to
could
be
easily be explained away on
Yeah.
the island.
I mean, it's also to be fair, like from what I've heard, that apparently they also wrote that kid out because they weren't entirely sure that that kid was still going to be a kid by the time like they were allowed to let the show end. Because legit like list or not listen. I read an interview, like a transcript of an interview that I think his name's Dan Lindelof, one of the writers for the show, did, where he was talking about how Disney would not let them end the show. Like literally, they were planning on maybe ending Lost after like season 2 or season 3, but the problem was that Disney had only recently bought ABC, the channel that Lost was running on, and literally up to that point, ABC only had one hit show, The Bachelor. Up until Lost came out, literally their only claim to fame was The Bachelor. So they wanted to keep Lost running as long as possible. They basically wanted to sort of be like a soapbox.
I
Literally
don't
just
think that's true.
kept on running. It sounds like that's
Disney
what David
also
Lindelof
bought-
said. Yeah, no.
Disney bought ABC in 1995.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, they recently bought it. Like Lost was coming out in like 2002, so that was still relatively recent, but it was still like relatively new. It was their only hit. Their only hit was The Bachelor, and then Lost came around and literally kept drawing in like a huge crowd, and they did not want Lost to end. So they kept on like the writers would keep on trying to they'd keep asking like, hey, like we have all these mysteries set up, when do you like, can we start like writing up scenes for like the end of the show, because like there are so many mysteries we cannot answer because like they need to be addressed like at the finale. And there was this one bit, like Dan Lindelof, like him and his co-writer Carlton, they were planning on leaving at the end of season 3 because they reached this agreement with Lost, like they want to end the show. Disney did not, so they were going to leave the show. And then the head of, I think, like ABC reached out to her just like, hey, we're going to let you end the show if you're willing to stick around. And so like they said like, oh thank God, like great, yes, if that's the case, yes, we'll stick around, great. Just what did you have in mind, when can we like end the show? And the guy wrote back like, yeah, we were thinking after like season 10 you could end the show, is that all right? And yeah, no, they literally, like Dan Lindelof said, like in the interview, like literally he had a moment where literally he was just dumbfounded. Like he literally took like an entire day to respond to that email. And yeah, no, eventually they managed to talk him down to like ending it after like what, season 5. But yeah, no, that show literally, from what I heard, is like it should have been only like a 2 or 3 season show, and Disney just kept wanting to keep it around, that the writers literally were not sure that it was going to end. It like they were writing for season 5 and they did not know they were going to be allowed to end it at season 5. Like literally, so the show is like literally all over the place, and that sort of reminds me of this. Like even going, it just seems like a show that is literally all over the place.
I could definitely say it's a little all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I will always remember Lost as the TV show that made Thomas hate TV.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he refuses to get over it. It's just like,
Really?
oh yeah, he won't watch something that's over like
20 episodes.
yes.
I don't know.
mean, He'll say he will. He won't. He also
It's
says he
also the
plays.
reason why he doesn't finish games.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's the reason why he does not finish games.
That
It's
seems
because
like
he
a
hates
stupid
the ending
reason.
and lost so much that he just can't
What?
end.
That just seems like insane.
Yes.
It hurt him so much.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
no, that just seems insane. That's all I'm gonna say there. It is insane.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I get I do somewhat get the not wanting to watch like a show that goes on for too long because yeah, I'm struggling to come up with a show that has gone farther than like 2 or 3 seasons that has had like a satisfying ending. I'm legit like struggling to think of one. But I don't know, like that just sounds like overkill. Like at least I
Yes.
don't know.
He is restricting
Futurama.
himself. Huh?
Futurama. It's a show that had more than 2 seasons.
Yeah.
There's not a satisfying ending.
I actually
Uh,
heard isn't Futurama supposed to be coming
Getting
back
another
again?
season,
Yes, we are getting another season.
Yeah.
which is
Who is bringing them back?
at this point, it's just a joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this
There's
point, it's a joke that it keeps on going. They're going to get canceled in like 2 seasons, and then
Yep.
they're going to come back in 4 years and be like, "Hey, we got another 2."
yeah,
And we're
Yeah.
all gonna laugh.
yeah. Eventually, all the actors are gonna die and pass away, and literally, technology will just have gone to the point where like AI can perfectly mimic their voices, so they can just keep on making Futurama like for eons.
Well, if they did that, Futurama would be turned into a sitcom because they don't have the money to pay the actors that much.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Hell, they were trying not to get John DiMaggio for the new one.
Really?
Yeah.
It was more that he wasn't willing to take the same pay as everybody else. And
Oh, was it?
It wasn't
Yeah.
that he wanted the same pay as everybody else. He wanted everybody to be paid more than what they were offering.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he was
Whereas
trying to get.
everybody else was like, "Yeah, we'll do it for that amount." He was like, "No, I want to be paid more, and also everybody else should be paid more."
I mean, fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
they've literally had to do this song and dance so many times now. I kind of feel like they should deserve maybe a little extra.
I
And
mean,
plus, he's already making enough doing probably Disenchanted.
Oh yeah, no,
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah. But it sounds like it wasn't just him he was going for. He was also trying
Yeah.
to look out for probably actors he's got really good relationships, considering like.
I mean, the dude who plays Fry does basically every single male voice in the game
Oh yeah,
or in the show.
yeah. I got what you meant. Yeah. Is there a
Except for
Futurama video game?
Yes.
There is.
Yeah.
There's multiple. I'm pretty sure.
What the
There's
heck
at
is
least
that?
one.
There's one on the Nintendo 64.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I
It
think
was-
I
it
have
was that
vague
old or
memories
that
of something like that.
I don't think it was on 60. I don't think there was one on the Nintendo 64.
Maybe it was PlayStation or something, but
I know I played it.
or
And I only had like a. Oh no, it was on the GameCube. That's what.
GameCube. Okay.
Okay.
GameCube and Xbox.
All right.
Yeah, I'm. When did Futurama air?
It's been going on for a while. Like I remember like sneaking some
Okay, so
episodes when I was in
came
like
out-
kindergarten.
It came out about 3 years after the Nintendo 64 came out.
Okay, so yeah, it's been going on for a while.
Oh yeah.
Like longer than some people I think can. Yeah, when did this Nintendo 64 come out? Like it's got to be like the 90s, right?
It was 96.
96. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so it's a year older.
That makes sense. Why it starts in the year 2000,
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally aired. What wasn't it?
1999, right when Y2K was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, literally, it's a show that is older than some people who can vote right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, uh, that probably makes a lot of people feel old right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, time. It's nobody's friend. Okay then. Let's see. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We've got taken a lot of weird turns. We went from talking about Warhammer to Evangelion to Lost to literally Futurama and then Time. It's been all over the place. But it's been a lot of fun. However, I think I might be ending the stream here. It's I think I've done a lot. I'm on chapter 13. It looks like there are only like 3 more chapters. And yeah, no, it's been a lot. How oh god. I maybe I might go back and like try and look at all the times I've died this stream. But it's got to be close to like 40 or 50, I feel. Like it's
A
been
lot.
a lot.
It's been a lot.
Yeah. Which I feel like at least some of those were not my fault. Like there were some kind of unfair like parts of the game. But yeah, no, it's still a lot of fun. Yeah. And oh right, the audio logs. I don't know. I don't feel like really listening to them. But I'm sure there
They're
are some
not
good ones in there, but
really.
like literally, there's not really. I don't know. They just feel like me and Alex were talking about this earlier, but I don't know, Nate. Like you said, you played the game admittedly a while back. Like, are the audio logs anything of interest?
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
Mostly just because like the game came out like 2010, right?
I think it was 11. I could be wrong though.
Whenever it was, like a lot of things have changed in the lore since then. So
Yeah. Oh, so a lot of lore has changed. Like, okay.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, 2011, half the Horus Heresy was.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think I remember when I first started reading them, like they'd they always give the copyrights of like Games Workshop and stuff and give the year. I think the first one, Horus Rising, I think was 2005, so they've been coming out
Yeah.
for a while.
They've been coming out for a while. It's just like half of them, like they've increased production
Oh yeah.
recently.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they only had like 20 books when I started getting into the series, and that was like 2015.
Yeah. Well, now they've also got like a whole section of the war game dedicated to the Horus Heresy. Like I've seen like little YouTube videos of people like just opening up like these huge crates filled with like Horus Heresy minis and like
Well,
rule books.
so Horus Heresy was a game for since like I think like the 2000. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
The problem is that it used to be only resin, so it was
Okay.
very expensive. And recently they just did a re-release of it and updating the rules, and now it's all in plastic, so it's a lot cheaper and you can get into it a lot easier.
Yeah.
That's why you're probably seeing a lot more Horus Heresy stuff.
Yeah. I keep hearing a bunch of negative comments about resin. Is it just the price or is there other reasons why people don't like it?
It's a pain in the ass to work with. You have to do a lot of things to go and clean it up, and
Okay.
if you're just getting into building models, I would suggest never touching resin until you like watch a lot of videos on how to deal with it.
Okay. Interesting.
I make my own resin parts, and that's so like I have been dealing with it for a very long time, so I know on how to like deal with this crap. But if I was just getting into it, I'd be like, no, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, it
Uh
also is a lot more expensive, like 3 times the price.
oh, yeah, that's it really just does not sound like a good like stuff to work with. What are the current minis made of? Just regular old plastic or
Yep.
Oh.
Same thing. Like
Yeah.
Legos, basically Lego plastic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what would you say is the best material for painting like minis and stuff? Oh, Nate.
Material,
Yeah.
like like product, or like what do you mean?
Like out of like plastic, resin, like I know
Oh,
Hero
oh,
Forge
what's
does
the
like
best?
metals. Like what
Plastic.
plastic?
Plastic.
Really?
Plastic is it's well, one is metal. Metal is I think it's bismuth that they use, or lead, but they don't use that anymore. That's really bad.
Mhm.
That you really need to prime, and you really need to sand it down to be able to have the paint stick to it.
Oh, right. I did not think of that.
Resin is a pain in the ass because you have to go and clean the resin before you go and um you paint the thing, or your paint is going to fall off because they put they spray the mold with mold release, and
Okay.
that will usually stick to the piece that you're making.
Yeah.
And so if you just go and spray a piece without cleaning off that mold release, you literally could just like swipe the paint off with just your thumb.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah. I did
And
notice
plastic
that.
has none of those problems.
Yeah, I did notice that. That is also a problem with like the cheap paints I was using. It wasn't a problem with the giant. The giant actually surprisingly held the paint pretty well. But that toy I was painting, the dragon, like the paint like would really just slide off that. And I washed it like beforehand too, cuz the reason why I got the idea to look at dollar stores for like dragon toys and stuff is because I'd seen a video get recommended to me, like dollar store, like D&D mini creation challenge, and they did something very similar, and they'd recommended washing it first to get rid of like chemicals and like stuff like that. So like even after washing it and drying it pretty well, the paint would just really just slick off that if I rubbed it even a little.
Did you spray it with primer?
I did not. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes. So whenever you go and paint a miniature, get like some sort of like any kind of primer. Like you can get like house paint primer, like spray can primer,
Okay.
whatever it is, it will work. Um, the only thing you would have to worry about is if you're like spray painting like foam or something.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if you're gonna do that, just like take it outside, spray it a bit, let it dry, and then
Okay.
go paint your thing. The reason why the giant probably was fine is because if it's the a Wizard of the Coast model,
Yeah.
they pre-prime all their miniatures,
Okay.
so probably already had primer on it.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Uh like I don't think Wizards officially makes their own. WizKids I think makes all their minis. And what's kind of
Yeah,
funny is WizKids also makes Pathfinder's minis as well.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that explains like that little bit. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Get some primer. I wonder if the Ravenloft, the Dracolich mini I'm thinking of painting, if that had primer on it.
Is it a WizKiz?
I don't know. Like it came in the Ravenloft board game. Maybe I'd have to look that up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you would have to look that up.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's definitely something like I'm getting kind of interested in. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm slowly getting whittled away. I'm not. I really like Warhammer. I like painting minis. Apparently now, I really don't want to start playing the war game though. Don't do
No,
this to me.
I wouldn't
Nope.
play. I will not play the war game.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a not Warhammer Fantasy, but isn't there something where you play a single character like that?
Yeah, there is a tabletop
Uh,
game.
there's a tabletop game, and
Yeah.
also there is a thing called Kill Team, and
Hmm.
oh god, I forget the fantasy version of it, but it is a so there's war games and there's
Vermintide?
skirmish games.
Hmm.
No, Vermintide is a video game. A war game that's like 30 minis, super complicated rules and
Yeah.
whatever. Kill Team on the other hand, in the fantasy version of it, it's like 5 miniatures and like It's really easy, really simple. Rules are straightforward, and there's a not totally illegal site that has all the rules on it for free, and you can build your guys there and stuff like that. Never that ever. But yeah, no.
Never
If
use
you ever
that.
to decide to make like a Warhammer thing, I would suggest doing Kill Team, not
Right.
the actual game, because to be honest, nobody really plays it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I
well,
did not know about that. I just knew about the tabletops. Yeah, but there are. I have to say, like, I'm not even talking about like previous editions or something, but Cubicle 7, they make a lot of Warhammer tabletops. There's Wrath and Glory for 40k. There's Warhammer Fantasy, which even though Games Workshop no longer supports Warhammer Fantasy, they still keep putting out supplements for the tabletop uh, version. Cubicle 7 does. There's
Warhammer
Age of
Fantasy is
Sig.
coming back.
Oh, it's coming back? Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. But there's also the Age of Sigmar tabletop RPG. And a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week, maybe two, I can't quite remember, they also announced Cubicle 7 that they're coming out with a Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader tabletop RPG. I'm guessing because there's going to be like the isometric, which I think like borrows heavily from like sort of like the whole Rogue Trader concept and stuff. But yeah, no, there's going to be two Warhammer 40k tabletop RPGs made by the exact same company out, and not even like two different editions. They're just going to be two separate games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Cubicle 7, like they literally the if you take a look at their website, it is Warhammer, 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 Doctor Who. Like literally, they just it's all Warhammer except for they also make Doctor Who a tabletop RPG.
I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, like I've scrolled through. I haven't looked at Age of Sigmar or Fantasy too much, but the Wrath and Glory one I've looked through a bit. Looks like an interesting like system. I wouldn't mind like maybe trying to run something with it. I have. I really cannot imagine how one would run a long-term campaign though. Like not just with the rules. Like the rules are fine, but in the Warhammer setting, I don't know how you'd run a long-term campaign in Warhammer. Very
Uh,
carefully.
very carefully, and it would depend on what you are going for in your, like. So, for instance, I think a traditional D&D campaign would not make sense.
Oh yeah.
As in, like, you find out there's a big bad, and then things start going bad,
Yeah.
and then you try to get back and you try to save the day. Just because, like, that's not what would happen in Warhammer. You would
Mhm.
find out there's a big bad, and then once you find out there's a big bad, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
So
much.
rather than doing that, what you would do is you would start the game in more like a cyberpunk kind of setting, in which you're dealing with more like political stuff, and you're trying to like go in drama and taking like maybe different kind of jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be a traditional kind of game until something really bad happens and you start noticing like warp entities popping up, and
Yeah.
then the game starts tunneling down, and maybe you leave the fucking planet, because you can just do that. You can just be like, you know what, you leave the planet. The
Pretty
planet's dead though.
much. Yeah. And I feel like it's also an issue like you said, it has to be handled like extremely well. I think Cubicle 7 has realized that because as I've been noticing the catalog of their products, they have put out a lot of stuff for Warhammer Fantasy for campaigns. Like there'll be a huge campaign book of like 200 like 50 pages or so, and then a player companion that is also like another 200 pages. But when it comes to Wrath and Glory, which came out first, all the adventures for Wrath and Glory are usually around 50 to 60 pages. Like, there's not even like a player companion. Like, they're all just sort of like 2, 3 session adventures, and that's it. But meanwhile, Warhammer Fantasy gets like whole campaigns, like literally entire like just humongous books that are bigger than some rule books, just for the player's consultation. Like a lot of material. It just,
To
I
be
don't
honest,
know. It really does seem like even Cubicle 7 doesn't know how they could, like, handle a long-term campaign. But you do bring up a pretty good, like,
Sorry,
point.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
Alright,
Maybe.
yeah. I should
Nice.
probably
See ya
be
later.
ending it too. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I should probably put you guys on mute real quick, so I'm just going to do my outro, so be right back. Alright, everyone. So, yeah, that was my stream for tonight. It was a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, no, it's not every day. Like, I managed to convince a bunch of my friends to hang out. I actually got a few more than I was anticipating. I just thought it was just going to be me, Alex, talking, hanging out, chatting Warhammer and stuff like that. Even though I'm only sort of like a novice, and he's like but he doesn't really know too much about the setting. But no, like it was a lot of fun. We were just chatting, just going off about various topics, and then like a bunch of other friends joined. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. And yeah, no, I'm making, I think, still decent progress in Warhammer. I was a lot more distracted this time around. Died a heck of a lot more to probably with really stupid stuff, but I don't know. Like chapter 13, like it really feels like we're reaching the end game here. So could be because I have a feeling next session is also going to be Warhammer again. That it might just be the last one. Then I'm gonna have to find something else to play. Oh god, that's maybe we mentioned Monster Prom. Maybe I might try and convince my friends to play Monster Prom because that is like legit one of our favorite games to play together. Oh god, I don't know if I'm prepared. Uh, I do love the voices and I don't know. Oh god, just thinking of doing Damien's voice, that just seems like it's gonna be rough. But yeah, no. Maybe look forward to that in the future. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'll be trying to get it on YouTube as soon as possible. You'll probably see a lot of videos on my YouTube channel get posted all of a sudden because I'm planning on tomorrow morning sitting down, making some thumbnails, and getting those videos posted to YouTube. Unfortunately, I looks like I've lost the first part of the Warhammer playthrough. Unfortunately, that looks like it. Like I thought, Twitch saved streams for about a month before they deleted, but apparently that's no longer the case, and they seem to get deleted after about a week. So when I was recovering from getting my wisdom teeth out, the video, unfortunately, I did not back it up, and it was deleted. It's unfortunate. I apologize. I'll also maybe make a mention of that on Twitter when I announce all the videos are up. But yeah, no. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way for me to recover the Warhammer video. But yeah, nothing much can be done about that. It's unfortunate. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one at least, and I hope I'll see you next session. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, please. And yeah, if you're watching this on Twitch as a archive, be sure to give me a follow. And yeah, I would appreciate you stopping by maybe when I'm live sometime. I'd love to have you. For now, though, I'm gonna leave you and hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you next time. See ya.